FIFA World Cup 2026. iHeartRadio.
After cruising through group play, securing first place in Group D for the first time in a long time, the United States are coming into a knockout stage match with not just hopes of moving on, but expectations to do so on home soil today against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Will they take another step towards becoming a world soccer powerhouse, or will all of the positivity built in the first three matches come crashing down in the crapshoot that is the knockout stages at the World Cup? We will find out in the next few hours. Welcome into the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio. My name's Anderson Hurst. I'm joined by three-time national champion head coach Peter Fewing as we take you all the way to kickoff in the Bay Area between the United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina. But before we preview this match, let's quickly run through the road to this match for the United States men's national team, starting with their 4-1 win versus Paraguay to open the World Cup.
Well, it was a terrific start. 4 goals matches the total of goals that we scored in 2022 in Qatar. So that was an excellent start. The first goal was an own goal, and yet it was a forced own goal. So we'll take it. It wasn't a lucky deflection. It was a great ball played across and put in the back of the net. And then Balogun got 2 goals. Terrific to see that. And then Rania capped it off, subbing into the game and just blistering outside of the right foot. Keeper didn't have a chance. Unfortunate to give up a goal. Would have liked a clean sheet, but yes, this U.S. team's gotten off to a good start. Scored a lot of goals. I think total of 9 goals to this point. So given only 3.
Yeah, and then they took that amazing start against Paraguay into the second game versus Australia and got a 2-0 victory there.
Yeah, that was terrific. Again, getting the shutout, I think, is something that everyone wants to see the U.S. be a little more stingy at the back. So that was a terrific win, a hard-fought, good game, good goals for us. And I think another own goal in that one. Again, another forced own goal. So great way for the U.S. to continue their momentum.
And that secured first place in Group D, moving on to the knockout stages in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So they decide to rotate against Turkey, end up losing that one 3-2.
You know, it's good that they rotated. We've seen a variety of coaches do different things. France said, no, we want to stay in Boston. We're going to play Norway. We're going to put 10 of our 11 starters out. Norway on the other side said, hey, we're not going to rest everybody, and they put out one of their starters right for that game. So different philosophy. Mauricio Pochettino decided, hey, we're going to rotate the lineup. And I think that was a good thing for a variety of reasons. Minutes, rest for the starters, and then also for camaraderie. First half didn't go very well, but the second half they rebounded, and I thought they were much better in the second half.
And now let's look ahead to the knockout stages. I mean, this is a huge match for the United States. You could think about the first 2 games and maybe it being slightly different in that third match versus Turkey, but they have expectations now to make sure that you take advantage of winning that first place in Group D and moving on to the round of 16.
Yeah, I think before this started, the question was, how do you think the U.S. is going to do? And my response was always, I hope we get out of the group stage. And then after the 2 friendlies prior, once we had solidified the lineup, the Germany-Senegal game, I thought, Senegal, 3-2 win. They're up 2-0, 20 minutes in. They showed the firepower that I really am impressed with that they brought. And then Senegal tied it up, and then they got a late goal to put it away. And then Germany gave up an early goal on a free kick, unnecessary foul, I thought, but they responded well, and that gave me hope. And then when we saw the Paraguay game and the Australia game, I thought, okay, this team is in a good spot. So yes, to your point, we have high the nation has high expectations, and I think the players do as well. I think there's something brewing with this particular group that can go a little bit further.
Yeah, so we've
seen it kind of change, haven't we?
It is. There is a kind of a different feel with this. It's like, this is why there's maybe more pressure on this game than in years past. It feels like when the U.S. has gotten to that round of 16 previously, it's like, okay, we're here against the Netherlands, which is what it was in 2022. Back in 2014, it was against Belgium when they were a powerhouse at that point. Almost a feeling of we're happy to be here, and if anything else happens, it's kind of just added on to it. That's not the case here tonight.
No, I agree, and I don't know whether it's pressure, it's more expectation.
Yes.
Come on, let's go. And I think you feel that with the players.
Yeah.
I was texting with Christian Roldan's dad this morning.
There you go.
And you get in the feel, and I always say, don't text me back, but Caesar's a good guy, and he always likes to text back. So he feels that from the dad's perspective, there's expectations. And Pochettino has come in, and I've said this almost every U.S. broadcast, but he loves the movie Miracle on Ice, and I'm a romantic when it comes to sports. Let's roll our sleeves up.
Exactly.
Let's do something for the country. And we just saw an interview with his parents. They're getting teary-eyed that he's here coaching this team. So something special is happening with this U.S. group, and we got to keep it going.
So that sets up the round of 32 match between the United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina. So let's take a quick look at our knockout stage bracket. It's brought to you by the Home Depot. Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 setup. Build it like Beckham from living room to lawn with the Home Depot and take the fast, free delivery assist. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporters, subject to availability. Well, the United States, of course, play Bosnia here today in the Bay Area. We're just under 30 minutes from kickoff in that round of 32 match. We just saw the other game earlier today, Belgium versus Senegal. That will be the winner of that game, which ended up being Belgium, is going to play against the winner of this game between the United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina in the round of 16 in Seattle. So hopefully we're talking about a USA-Belgium rematch in the round of 16.
Yes, it's not going to get any easier. I think every one of these games now today included, it's a national championship.
Oh, yeah.
It's we all know it's do or die and go home or advance, but I just think the intensity of all of these games, the intensities at the stadiums. I was at the game today in Seattle.
There you go.
And left after regulation to get here. I think I was the only one who left after regulation, but you do what you do. But it was magical in that stadium. All the games. I've been to 4 of the 5 in Seattle, and all the stadiums all around the country. The attendance has been fantastic.
Yes.
And players are buoyed off of that. They get elevated. The players today, Belgium, they were looking in the stands and trying to get everybody fired up, and it was working. So, and then the Senegalese fans were fantastic. It's magical.
Magic of the World Cup. Let's turn our focus to this game as we take a look at the lineups. They're brought to you by Fox One. The excitement of the FIFA World Cup is now streaming live on Fox One, the official English streaming platform to catch every unforgettable moment. Fox One brings the action straight to your screen so you never miss a goal. Download Fox One and experience the FIFA World Cup live. Coach Peter Fewing, who are the United States putting out there today?
Well, we're going back to the original lineup, which I really like. And we've seen it. It's funny. We get the lineups an hour before, and they started at the back with a 3-4-2-1, but now the updated lineup is back to a 4-2-3-1. So Freeze is back in goal. Freeman is your right back. Robinson, your left back. Richards and Ream in the middle. And then in front of that back four, Adams and Tillman. Tillman on the left, Adams on the right. Dest is on the right. Pulisic on the left, which I'm very excited to see him starting again. McKinney sits underneath Balogun up front.
Yeah, I do think it's always tough to tell what kind of formation they're going to line up in, and it looks different when you have the ball. Exactly. So wherever you're looking, the only thing the team has to reveal is the 11 players that are on the field, and you can kind of figure out for yourself with where they're going to line up. But I do expect them to have the back three, and then the 4 in the midfield with the wing backs.
So Robinson pushing forward.
Correct.
Ream will be on the left.
Correct. Yeah, that's kind of where I think, but we never know. It could be completely different depending on the opponent that you're facing. As for that opponent, Bosnia and Herzegovina, they got Vasily in goal. Looks like they're going to play 5 in the back with Muharovic, Radulic, Katic as their 3 center backs. You got Sead Kolasinac and Dedic as your 2 wing backs, with Gigovic and Sunic as your 2 holding midfielders. Your 2 attacking midfielders are going to look like Mirovic and Alja Begovic. And Edin Dzeko, the 40-year-old former Manchester City man, their captain, is starting at striker. So it should be a formidable opponent for the United States to face today, Coach Fewing.
Yeah, no question. I saw the Bosnia game, Qatar and Seattle, and I was very impressed with that front 3.
Yeah.
They're fast. The wingers are very good as well, and it was a wide-open end-to-end game. And one thing I'm curious about is what will the fans be like?
Yeah.
Because in Seattle, 66,900, I would say 55,000 of them were in the Bosnia blue jersey, and they really elevated their team quite a bit. So I don't know if the U.S. has snatched up enough of these tickets quickly before the Bosnian fans can get in there, but it was a factor. I felt it was a factor for Bosnia being elevated in that game. But that front 3 is very good, very dynamic, and your 41-year-old up front, Dzeko he's cunning, and he's a smart player. He's a physically strong player. can finish goals. Then they've got a kid who comes off the bench, Mamek, who's gotten the 2 goals. He's their leading goal scorer. When you have somebody who can come off the bench and help you, that is a big plus. It's kind of maybe a little bit of our Sebastian Berhalter.
Yeah.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
know, and even Rainia's come off the bench to score goals. So you want somebody who can give you a boost. Mamic for me is that with this team as well.
All right, let's kind of dive into this one tactically coming up, including our players to watch. That's all coming up next. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
Don't you?
The podcast where every episode I take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Who were they? What made them so notorious? How did the internet, or sometimes the algorithm, choose them? And what does a person do when they're suddenly confronted with more attention than the human psyche can handle? Take The Dress, a story that went uber viral in early 2015 in spite of being, well, kind of a boring optical illusion. A mother of the bride in Scotland took a picture of a dress she was thinking about wearing to her daughter's wedding. But she saw the dress as blue with black lace, and her daughter saw it as white with gold lace. One BuzzFeed post later, every single person on the internet was talking about the dress. But to me, the dress is a story about the last couple of months when the internet was still sort of fun. It was shortly before the stories that spread across the internet stopped being driven by exploited millennials with useless arts degrees and started being decided by algorithms hell-bent on growing internet usership at all costs. And on a long enough timeline, the story of the dress is one entangled with abuse and media exploitation. Internet history is a tricky thing to be invested in. It feels like every time a bad-with-business billionaire buys up another platform, history starts being erased. With the team at Cool Zone Media, we're taking these characters' 16th minute of fame to see what their moment meant to them and what it says about us.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and listen now.
iHeartRadio Did You Know? Presented by iHeartRadio. You know, what you're listening to right now. Did you know that iHeartRadio not only lets you listen to all your favorite AM/FM stations locally and nationwide for free, but iHeartRadio also lets you build your own personalized stations based around your favorite artists. We call it Artist Radio. Let us build you a customized station just for you with the least amount of work. Step 1, type in the name of your favorite artist. Step 2, tap play. We'll take it from there and automatically build you a station based on the best music from that artist and other similar artists. It's really that easy. And best of all, our Artist Radio is presented with limited commercial interruption, unlike Pandora, where your personal stations are constantly being interrupted. If you want to take matters into your own hands, you can skip songs you don't like, and you can thumb up and down songs to help personalize the station to your exact taste. And best of all, Artist Radio is free. Check it out today. Search your favorite artists, hit play, and we'll take it from there. iHeartRadio, #1 for music, radio, and podcasting. All in one app.
iHeartRadio.
Welcome back to iHeartRadio's coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We're in knockout stage action here, and it has been a fantastic knockout stage so far. We've had upsets, we've had extra time winners, we've had penalty kick shootouts. Hopefully, we're talking about a United States victory coming up here in just a couple hours. But let's dive into this one. United States, Bosnia and Herzegovina at the Bay Area for the right to play in the round of 16 against Belgium in Seattle. Coach Fewing, where do you think this game's going to be won and lost at what area of the field?
That's a great question. As soon as you asked that, I thought restarts.
Yeah, okay.
And the reason I say that is because it hasn't happened yet, and it's just a matter of time where restarts start to become a factor. And it's when you haven't had it, whether it's corner kicks or free kicks, whatever it is, but they do come. And so those are going to be very important. Defensively, we're very, very strong. And then offensively, we take advantage of those. We don't have a dominant like a Kane that's going to come flying through the box and bash one home, or Holland like that. I don't feel like, but I feel like we have good service, and it might be the second ball or the third ball. So that's one area, and then the wing play. Boy, when Pulisic gets the ball wide, and I love how he runs straight to the goal. He does not run parallel with the sideline, and then try to cut in. He goes. His first touch is very direct toward the goal. His change of pace. He draws two defenders. He has helped create the own goals that the U.S. has picked up. So, but he's yet to score a goal, and he is a very competitive young man. Wants to get on that Golden Boot list, at least log one goal. So, I think the wings are going to be very important for the U.S., especially on that left-hand side, and then McKennie on the right-hand side, and then the same. In return, we have to shut down their wings. It makes me a little nervous on pace. The 38-year-old, if he's having to deal with Bosnian players coming right at him, hopefully he gets extra help, and then hopefully we get one of the wide midfielders to come back and tuck in.
Yeah, well, ideally, if you are playing the 3 in the back, 5 in the back, however you want to look at it, you have Ream kind of more as a central defender, just on the left side, and then if your wing backs are tracking back more often, like Robinson will be the guy that's facing the fast wingers one-on-one, and then you just have more cover in the middle. But obviously that doesn't always happen because your wing backs are pressing so high. It's one of the things we like about this team is they win the ball higher up the field, but sometimes you risk a little bit of that when you come back the other side.
Yeah, one factor too. Get Balogun involved, right? The two goals he scored against Paraguay were just fantastic, especially the second one where he's got the composure, the wherewithal to cut it to his left, and then just bend it into the upper left-hand quarter. We need to get him service. And then I want to see him get to that near post and draw someone so that McKennie can come through. If it's coming from Dest, then Pulisic can come through, but he's got to make those runs as well. It's surprising to me in all the games we've watched how often a near post run is not happening and missed opportunities, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Well, let's players to watch. Brought to you by Fox One. The excitement of the FIFA World Cup is now streaming live on Fox One, the official English streaming platform to catch every unforgettable moment. Fox One brings the action straight to your screen so you never miss a goal. Download Fox One and experience the FIFA World Cup live. Coach Fewing, who do you got?
Well, guess.
Florian Balogun.
No.
Oh, you mentioned him earlier. Okay.
No, I'm going to go with Christian Pulisic because I feel like he has made it a point to say, I'm taking this team to the next level, and I want to see him do it. I think he's capable of doing that. I just feel like he is at that age where he has enough experience and grit. I loved when they scored against Senegal.
Yeah.
He scored the second goal, a perfect little ball from Pepe, and he went off the field. He was so elated to score that goal. Went off the field, cheering with the crowd in the corner. Then when he stepped back on the field, he was stone-faced, and they're up 2-0, on to the next one. So he wants to put this team on his back. The team needs him to put him on his back, so that's my guy.
And I'll jump on that because if you've seen all the teams that have looked really successful at this World Cup, the Englands, the Frances, the Argentinas, the even Norway, you've seen like one player kind of really carry their team over that line, whether it's Harry Kane today, scoring 2 goals when you're down by a goal in a knockout stage game. Obviously, Lionel Messi has scored, 5 of Argentina's 6 goals in their games. Kylian Mbappe, that need more words explaining what he's doing for France right now. Erling Haaland for Norway. You need someone. You can have a really good balanced team, but you're going to need a superstar to step up in these moments.
Yeah, a good friend played for England, and he just said big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. And he had an English accent, so it sounded better than that. But he's right. So to your point, and I think, gosh, that's what's been so fun about this World Cup, is seeing these superstars excel and lead. And so, Pulisic has to do that today.
You know what? I'm going to jump on and say the exact same name then for my player to watch, because I think if, like we just talked about, you're going to need your star, and that is Christian Pulisic to come and show up today. I think he does. I think he at least gets 2 goal involvements. I'm going to make a bold prediction there. Let's come back. Let's get our keys to the match. Coming up next, kickoff is soon between U.S. and the Bosnia and Herzegovina from the Bay Area. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio. iHeart.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
not yet. But both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Kevin and Rachel and peanut M&Ms and an 8-hour road trip. And Rachel's new favorite audiobook, The Cerulean Empress, Scoundrel's Inferno. And Florian, the reckless yet charming scoundrel from said audiobook.
And his pecs glistened in the moonlight.
And Kevin, feeling weird because of all the talk about pecs. And Rachel handing him peanut M&Ms to keep him quiet.
Kevin, I can't hear.
Yellow, we're keeping it PG-13.
M&M's, it's more fun together.
This is Lele Pons from Suite 305 with Lele Pons. Game day at my house, it's chaos, but like in a fun way. The TV's ready, the remotes are ready, the kids' stores are going off, and somehow everybody needs batteries at the exact same time. That's why I keep Duracell stocked. And Duracell just released limited edition Duracell and Messi battery packs. The design is inspired by Messi's iconic left leg tattoo. So every battery feels like it comes with an extra kick. From the TV remote to automatic corkscrew, Duracell keeps us game day ready. Duracell double and AAA batteries are the only ones built different with power boost ingredients for long-lasting performance you can trust. Find the limited edition Duracell and Messi batteries in stores at Lowe's and Walmart or on Amazon.
It's America's 250th, but you deserve some presents too. Simon Malls, Mills, and premium outlets have can't miss sales July 3rd to 5th. Join Simon Plus, our new rewards program, for free and get 2.5 times the points, in addition to extra savings, cashback, and offers that also work at shopsimon.com. Grab the fam, head to a Simon Center, and make it a day for the books. It's a celebration thing. Sign up today at simonplus.com. Rewards program terms apply. See simonplus.com for details.
It's hard not to add a side of hot, crispy hash browns to your favorite McDonald's breakfast. It's even harder not to eat said
What's going
hash
on, guys?
browns
4 people in the
before
building.
you get home. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Looks like we got Bosnia's national anthem right now. Hit that like button, guys.
Welcome back to iHeartRadio's coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. We're in the knockout stages. The United States are nearing kickoff, just a few minutes away against Bosnia and Herzegovina.
You gotta go all out when USA is playing.
Belgium.
I'm not a big
Aussie.
soccer
Awesome
fan. I'm
to
a
get
casual
nice little revenge
soccer
game,
fan. But
after losing to them in the 2014 World
when
Cup.
USA is playing
Coach,
in
let's
any
get our keys to
sport,
the game on
I'm
this one. We're
usually
just a few
watching.
minutes away. What are you looking at for the U.S. in order for them to come out victorious?
Well, this is a little different than group stage, right?
Yes.
There's no cushion on this
Right.
one. So let's get safe at the back to begin with. Don't give anything away. In the Senegal friendly prior to the World Cup,
Who do you
we
got
gave
in this
away 2 goals
matchup,
that cost us
Muppy?
goals. So safe at the back first. Restarts, don't give away any unnecessary
Yeah, it was a good
fouls
call, DB.
in the defensive
Real
third.
good call.
Capitalize on
You
our
said
own
that trade
restarts,
was
and
gonna
then bury
happen
the
last
surface
night.
from the flanks. We know Pulisic can really make stuff happen.
Yep.
And
Now they
take
just
people
got to
on,
get
cut the balls
Duran
back
from
to
the
go and
Pistons.
score himself. So good service from him on the left, Dest on the right, and then I'd
They
like
got
to see a
solid
little
front
bit
court
of.
with Reeves
And we got to
and
get Balogun.
Doncic.
We got to play some
They
vertical
get
balls
Duran
into
and
him
Kessler.
where he can use his body,
gonna be
turn
a
a
scary
defender if he's
offense.
posting up one-on-one. I would love to see the occasional long ball. Senegal scored their second goal with about a 50-yard ball
Good point.
over the top, one touch with the chest, buried into the back of the net. So not always predictable. Vary the surface a little bit. But defense wins.
Yep.
Defense advances. So let's take care of that first.
And
Who you
that's
guys got in
something
this
that I think is a
matchup?
question
Of
mark
course
for this
I'm
US
taking
team. You can
USA.
talk about the goals they've scored. I think at the back
I
they
think
have
they
a
win
little
by
bit of
2
a
goals.
question mark there. I'm going to go more generic.
I'm gonna go 3 to
Don't let
1.
the moment be too big for you. Show that you are meant to be on the stage, and you could tell that this moment means a lot to these guys. We're watching the national anthems right now, and it's so hard to get overhyped in this situation and do things that are outside of what you normally would do in a game. And of course, these are players that play at the top level across all of European leagues and in MLS as well for a few of them. Don't let this moment be too big for you. And I think Mauricio Pochettino is going to allow his guys to do that.
I agree. Pochettino's right for this because he will put them in the right frame of mind. Sir Alex Ferguson had a great line. Play the game, not the occasion.
Exactly.
And you've got a coach in Mauricio Pochettino who will help them have the right mindset. And these guys are older. These guys played in the,
That's a good point.
18.
Almost the exact same squad, right? And they've been there, done that. They know what works in this moment.
Yeah, 2022 World Cup. They were a little bit younger, and now they've got enough experience under their belt. They're prime players in the club teams they play on. So all to play for today. How exciting.
That's very exciting. We'll talk to you guys at halftime. First 45 minutes is coming up next between the U.S. and Bosnia and Herzegovina from the Bay Area. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
You've been listening to our pre-match coverage of the FIFA World Cup 2026 on iHeartRadio. Fox's play-by-play coverage of today's match is coming up next.
Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Russ Faria was charged with a crime that he swore he did not commit.
No, I did not do this. I do not know how this happened. I did not do this. I was not involved with it.
Just after Christmas, Troy, Missouri, 2011.
The jury was left with no alternative, and in most people's words, the husband did it. Who else would have?
The prosecutor said it was rage, greed. We wouldn't be here if the answer was that easy.
In my opinion, an innocent man got charged with murder, and then it started to snowball from there.
I'm Keith Morrison. I've been a correspondent for Dateline NBC for 25 years. And in that time, I've never seen a story quite like this before. As we investigated this saga of murder, greed, lies, things became personal. What happens when a true crime show becomes part of the story? We could never have imagined.
I've worked on other cases that have twists and turns, but I've never worked on a case like this with so many twists and turns that were completely unpredictable.
From Dateline NBC, this is The Thing About Pam, the wild and unbelievable story of the murder of Betsy Faria.
I'd like to see this story
Guys,
conclude with
kickoff
justice.
is
Betsy
about
Faria
to
has
happen.
not received justice. Russ Faria has not received justice.
USA
Her
huddled up
family has not received justice.
right at
And if we
midfield.
learned anything in all the years we followed this story, anything is possible.
Whoa.
I'm Keith Morrison. The Thing About Pam, an all-new podcast from Dateline NBC. Subscribe now.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
iHeartRadio's World Cup coverage continues as we join Fox's
Bosnia's going to start off with it. We're underway in this round of 32.
Follow all the exclusive
Into
World
the
Cup
box,
action
and
on
it's going to go off for a goal
iHeartRadio.
kick in the United States. Scoreless just underway.
For this match, and here we go. And the
Actually, it's
history
going
of
to
this
be a
U.S.
corner
men's
for
team
Bosnia.
dates back over 100 years. They were at the first ever World Cup in 1930. This is
So one thing I'm
unique.
worried about in
Never
this game is
before has the
corners.
U.S. played a knockout game in a World Cup in which they're not the plucky underdogs hoping to pull off a surprise. They are expected to win. They expect to win. It's their opponents who are motivated to defy the odds and pull off a surprise. And those fans who have tickets for the game Monday night in Seattle are begging for this team to win and to get to that next round. It's a beautiful
Taking
evening.
forever to kick this.
sun,
Here's the corner in the box and cleared away by the United States.
We're
Scary.
underway. The United States in red and white
It's like
stripes.
desk goes
Bosnia
down and they're not going to
Herzegovina
call a
in blue.
foul.
It was a great knockout or group stage for the U.S. It was historic as well, even as they will defend a corner in the opening seconds. They topped the group, a record number of points, a record number of goals. But what they understand is none of that matters anymore. It's win or go home against a Bosnia and Herzegovina team in their first ever knockout stage game at a World Cup. They're the reason Italy aren't here at the World Cup. They're hoping to be the reason the United States are no longer here come the end of the evening.
Well, and here's the set pieces we talked about. Long ball off the kickoff. You see the man that's on Matt Freese. That's the 6'7" Radulic, and they're just trying
USA's got it right now, trying to set up the offense.
Hasn't had too much to do in this tournament,
kick
and he's going to get
downfield.
an early test here.
18-year-old Karam Alabegovic, one of the
got it.
breakout young stars of this
Midfield
World Cup
to
today.
McKinney. Back to Dest.
In-swinger free stayed at home. It's batted
Oh,
away.
good
It's
pass by
Pulisic first and a
McKinney.
loose
Just
ball.
got to that by Bosnia. Could have been a turnover.
And then Dest is bodied off the bouncing loose ball. Rafael
Here's
Klaus
Dest
of
now in
Brazil,
the
very
box for the
experienced
United
World Cup
States. Gets
referee
it poked away. It's going to
in
be a
charge of
throw-in.
this.
We're in
It's
the
a
third
very
minute.
thin cut surface, I guess to say. Very low cut grass. The wind is swirling a bit down there, so this ball's going to fly around some. And already you're seeing a couple of misplayed passes. And
Freeman with the
Vasil has to
throw in
just
from
get
the
it
United
cleared
States
out.
to Richards
What do we
to
expect this to look
Ream.
like today?
Well, expect the United States to have the majority of the ball. Two of
Back
the
to
matches in the
Freeman.
group stage for Bosnia and Herzegovina,
To
38% of the
Richards.
ball. But they're
United
actually
States
stepping
going
up for a
around
little
the
bit of
horn
pressure
right
here.
now.
They even seem a little bit
Controlling
disconnected in the
possession.
ways in which they want to press. But tactically, I'm interested to see how they end up approaching it, because number 5, Kolasinac, is pushing into the midfield right now, trying to match McKennie. A lot of the U.S.'s strength has been their midfield, their ability to move with the ball and play quickly. That's what they need to get to early.
Here's Serginho Dest on the ball.
Now Freeman to McKinney, back to Dest. Looking that right side.
One in the box, got the defenders off balance, just ran out of space and time. U.S. will have a throw.
McKinney looking to switch it. It wasn't there. Freeman again.
About that with Dest after practice yesterday, the freedom that he has,
Here's
a little
Ream.
twinkle in his eye when he talks about getting in those moments on the ball.
Pulisic going to work. Here's Christian, the savior, and his shot is blocked. And it's going to go out for a corner. For Pulisic, a lot of room. There's Tillman now for the corner.
As well, up to our right in the second level here in Santa Clara.
USA takes it short. Here's
Bosnia and
Christian.
Herzegovina fans in blue, supporting their team in this
Pulisic,
historic
step
moment for their
over.
country.
Still got possession. Backs it out. No cross into the box, and it's cleared away by Bosnia.
So you get a pretty good look at the shape, defensive setup for Bosnia-Herzegovina. It is a 5 across the back, but Kolasinac here on the near side is going to step out and get aggressive with Serginho Dest. The other thing I'm not noticing is that their center backs aren't really stepping into the midfield. They're trying to maintain their shape to not get drawn apart.
Pulisic on the run, he found the space.
USA controlling possession, now working this left side. Long pass into McKinney. McKinney in the box. Going to work, tries to cross a low one, and it goes out for the United States corner. The second one, and we're in the 5th minute.
Ability to slash inside has defenders converge on top of him in a first set piece for the United States.
And they take it short. Pulisic from Tillman. Pulisic trying to find some space to get across the way. Mardenic won't let him by. Tillman drives it in.
See if they take this one
the
short.
40-year-old all-time leader in game played and goals scored for Bosnia and Herzegovina that gets it clear.
You had 2 guys up, now you got 1 guy up.
Christian Pulisic again.
I'm going to throw it in the box, and it's cleared away. A header by Bosnia.
Maligan was kept away from it.
McKinney.
Anthony Robinson in for
And
Pulisic.
looks like we got a Bosnia player down in the
They're finding
box.
some nice gaps right now.
Scoop forward for McKennie, down off the chest. It's going to spin to the byline, crosses, blocks. Another U.S. corner.
Yeah, it's a good play. It's a lot of the one-touch stuff that you saw against Paraguay, where you're passing, you're moving, you're combining, you're not staying static. Very difficult to defend
Come
that for
on,
an opponent.
man.
They played the first one short.
You got a face full of the ball clearing that, and now you're on the grass like you're
this one into the box again. But as we said, maybe they're looking to try to play these short and draw Bosnia-Herzegovina out a little bit, because they have some big bodies defending crosses.
Just trying to stop play, stop momentum.
some space right around the penalty spot. You've got everybody clumped at the back, but you're going to try to move towards that near post.
Malik Tillman
Des
hooks it
tried
into
a
the near
quick
post.
touch.
Good
It's
solid
going to be
header away
thrown to
there,
the
and a
United
collision of heads
States.
as well. And it's Armin Gigovic who is down.
McKinney to
Colliding
Freeman.
with Freeman, and so
Back
the
to
play will be
McKinney.
stopped.
Long pass cleared away by Bosnia on a
Gigavic's one of
header.
the surprise starters for Bosnia
And they got
Herzegovina.
possession
Only played
midfield.
28 minutes so far in this
Traffic,
tournament.
no good
Inserted
pressure
into
by
the
the
middle of the
United
field, a little bit more of a
States. It's going to be
defensive
out
type
for
midfielder. He
throwing
was
for
brave
Bosnia.
here on this corner kick. Gets across that near post, as we were saying. I think it was Alex Freeman is attacking. So yeah, Freeman's trying to flick that one on, and Gigovic gets the worse for wear at the end of that.
Gigovic, one of a number of players on this Bosnian team, born overseas. This is a country that was born in the dissolution 30 years ago of the old Yugoslavia. And so their population, to a certain extent, scattered. And a lot of them came to the United States. A lot of them came to different countries in Europe. And so
Good
they've done
thing
a
this
wonderful job of
Pulisic looks 100%
finding those
healthy.
players whose parents had to flee
On that
and
first
go to live
run,
somewhere else, including a player we might see later, Esmer Baraktarovic,
had a really good
born and
chance to
raised in
score that.
Wisconsin, and a one-time player for the United States. That was meant for Balogun.
ooh, Tillman goes down. I think we're going to get another foul here.
Begovic to bring it down. What did the U.S. do in these defensive
USA
moments
takes
here?
it short.
That was tackled out by McKinney for a Bosnia
Takes it
Herzegovina
quick now.
throw.
Pulisic.
It was good running though from Flo Balogun.
It's by one
We've
guy.
talked
Gets
throughout
it
this
to
tournament
Adams
about
on
just
that
how
left
important
side.
his movement is, as well as Weston
Back to
McKinney. He's been
Pulisic.
the heartbeat of
To
this team
Richards.
and will be once again if the U.S. are to get a victory tonight.
To Green going around the horn right now for the United States, controlling possession.
And Rafael Klaus is going to give the U.S. a free kick.
Trying to get that early goal.
Mauricio Pochettino speaking to
Stolen
him
away
yesterday.
by
He said
Bosnia, but
despite
stolen
losing
back.
that game, the end of the group stage,
Traffic
the final
right
kick
now.
against
USA got
Turkey, he said,
possession.
we've got the momentum back. It never really went
Goes
away. It
out
hasn't
for a
changed.
throw.
But now we have to go perform. And as he said, having the home advantage is an advantage. The travel's been easier. It's familiar settings. You've got this incredible support. But he said it can also become complicated as well.
Green with
because
a
it highly
long
motivates
pass.
the
Oh,
opponent
just over the
playing
head
in
of
a hostile
Des.
atmosphere.
It's going to go out for Bosnia. Throwing.
But he spoke to us a lot
Good thing about
about
that
just
is
handling
it
the pressure
pins
of
him deep.
expectation, how well they did that in the
It's not a
Paraguay
goal
opener,
kick.
and how well they tried to prepare the team to do it again, as Anthony Robinson left that ball behind him as he tried to make his run.
There we go. Here's Tillman. Great pass by Balogun. Back to Tillman. Oh, he's in a bad touch. He actually got pushed in the back. And they call Bosnia a goal kick. But a great 1-2 with Tillman and Balogun. USA's had some chances
There's
here.
just not a lot of space for the United States. Look how compact the lines are from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Nice looking ball from Ream. It's going to go over the top of Sergiño Dest. But these types of balls,
Wow, how did they get that long pass? Shot save!
because he wants his team to
Fisted right back at him.
McKinney,
First shot by Bosnia, and they still got possession. Dangerous location, and it's kicked out for a corner.
get that and play those little combinations. So I
Both
think it's
teams
going to
with
take
2
some of the
corners
movement from
apiece in the first 10
Sergiño
minutes.
Dest. Wide is going to be where the U.S. can find space.
How did they get that long pass?
Kolasinac is there to clear. Good challenge there by Alex Freeman ahead of Dzeko. Great touch by
United States got caught slipping.
Pulisic wants it. Balogun's trying to hold himself on
Striker got behind
Balogun's touch
everybody.
Tillman. Can he turn the corner? No, he's pushed off it there by Muharimovic, and it's out for a goal kick.
Not a bad idea. Good back to goal play from Balogun there to just play one-touch pass into Tillman. He's trying to round the corner. Muharimovic did really well. And he's back in the team. He picked up a red
Takes
card against Switzerland.
forever to kick
And
this
he's going to
corner.
take the goal kicks and just smash it up to Dzeko here.
Dzeko, is he onside or not?
Since he
He's gonna
put
bring
the
it
ball
He's
down,
gonna
you're
lay
talking
it
about
off.
a
It's
minute
Demirovic
to
now.
kick it.
First chance to shoot, beaten away by Freeze. Ream first to the rebound.
All right, here we go. In the box. Oh, dangerous. The corner almost went in on the curve. I think it hit off the top post.
And you can't be offside on a goal kick. So that was a set play that they had planned where Dzeko, look, you can see he starts 10 yards offside, just trying to keep the U.S. backline honest. Just a phenomenal strike, and then Freeze forced into a save. has a good look at it, but just bats it down. And the U.S. cleared, but has led to another corner. The last one was close, too. They dropped it just the other side of Matt Freese. Look at all the bodies in front of him. And this has been something as well. The referees have really been policing contact.
Bosnia attacking as well. I mean, both teams attacking.
Goals ruled out
Defense
for very
is
slight
a
contact
little bit
on
of a
goalkeepers.
letdown.
And Rafael Klaus again will hold the corner and try to police this. Once again, the teenager Alibegovic drops it right on top of Freese, who punches it away. That was goal bound. Marked that as the second save early for Matt Freese, as many as he had total in the group stage.
So I think Freese here is so worried about the bodies, which is by design from Bosnia-Herzegovina, almost to where he forgets about the flight of the ball. And Alibegovic just swings this in on top of him, going for the Olympico. Freese reacts well and punches it away. But you're seeing the real threat that Bosnia provide on set-piece situations.
Oh, good switch. Bosnia got there just in time. It's a good idea.
And then overhit there for Kolasinac.
First time we've really seen USA
Maybe it's a good
go
opportunity
all
for
the way
Matt
back to
Freese
goal.
to build a
I
rhythm
mean,
and
the
build
first
some
3 games they
confidence.
really
Hasn't
didn't
had
need to.
a ton to do in the 2 games he started. Did not play against Turkey.
And those 2 saves will give you
Balogun has
confidence
not
for sure.
touched
Getting
the ball
early
yet.
touches in a game. Now, it's not
Only
what you
touched it
want
with Tillman.
from a U perspective. You want your keeper to be quiet, but even for him, that's him into the game, absolutely. So encouraging signs that he made those saves and was aware.
Good step there by Muharemovich in front of Balogun. And the United States in all 3 of those games
McKinney
you're
now as
seeing
he
by this point in
crosses
the game, they had
midfield
scored a
to
goal.
Dest.
And just look at
Dest
this.
backs
Here's
it
the
out
ball
to
in swinging. Freese starts to step in and then realizes the flight of the ball is coming towards the goal. So then he backs up and is able to palm it away. And you wonder, just down on this near side, there's a little bit of shadow. I don't know if that affects his ability to see the initial kick from Alibegovic, and both corners have been from that side.
Centers it
That was
now.
100% going in, if not for Matt
Richards
Freese
comes all the
reacting
way
to
up to Freeman. Dest goes down. What are they going to call? It's going to be a free kick for the United States.
Now, we knew this was going to be a more difficult test for the United States. By this point in all 3 games, they had scored a goal.
You want to go up against Bosnia's size on these set pieces.
Phases of the game, but
Or do you
Bosnia,
want
as you can
to
see,
take
have
this
come to
short,
play.
just control
Very
possession?
competitive team. It's up to the U.S. to find some solutions with the ball to be dangerous, but do not drop the intensity. That is the strength of this team.
Dest was making a big run forward. That gave some space to Weston McKennie to pick it up.
Looks like Tillman's going to take this one.
Christian Pulisic.
And it's a short corner to Balogun. It doesn't work out. The United States still has it to Freeman.
But he was a handful in the first half against
McKinney.
Paraguay until he was forced off at the break.
Offsides there, he wasn't. Balogun! And it's not going to be a corner. He just missed that.
Pressure, a little bit of arm out there from Kolasinac, and Rafael Klaus saying that is indeed
Great
a foul.
job to
It's
stay
going
on
to be a free kick for the
sides by
US. They want to
5.
go quick. Freeman was running off it, but they're
Impressive
going to hold
corner.
it.
Balogun on the first touch shot. Comes off his foot long.
And there's a very stiff breeze at the top of the stadium.
Really got a small margin on a volley like that.
Yeah, but the other thing is the sun. I'm watching Vasio, the goalkeeper. He's having to cover his eyes with his gloves to try to see the ball and set up his wall.
Traffic
so
right
this
now.
is me. I'm thinking Anthony Robinson.
Bosnia with a header.
Bend it right on top of
United
him.
States with the header.
He's going to struggle to see it depending on the flight of the ball.
Instead, Tillman trying to get in there quick there. Was awkwardly off the side of a defender. No real appeal from the U.S. Second chance for Tillman. Anthony Robinson wants it. Gets it now.
Robinson's got it.
Just
it's a Freeman long pass. Ooh, good idea to Dest.
Robinson as well as the ball around the corner from Weston McKennie.
Trying to get an easy one. I don't think it's going to work like that. You got to get Pulisic to Balogun.
And then he cuts it back. That ball's so clever because everybody's coming back towards the goal to try to defend the goal. And just Balogun doesn't get his body and his hips around that ball to really commit to hitting it towards the back post.
I am.
Had that monster night.
I am, bro.
2 goals in the opener against Paraguay.
Every type of drug out there.
Richards throws his body in. Comes to Mirovic to win the header.
Whatever I can get my hands on.
Quarter hour gone in Santa Clara. First time in 4.5
Now
years these
Reed
nations have faced
to
off, although
Freeman.
only a couple of guys who were part of that game are even on this roster.
Here's Balogun. Oh, he got pushed in the back. Stays up. It's going to go out for a throw in right by the sticks.
We say Europe, it can mean a
What's
lot
your
of
drug
different
of
things.
choice, bro?
But the United States has struggled historically and in recent years. Des is going to chase. Vasil, as that ball hung up a little bit, is there to get it.
Another great run. There's just the timing there, and Dest is looking, making eye contact with Malik Tillman, waiting for the ball. The ball was just overhit. And Balogun had made a run before that. These runs are going to be so important again of just when Bosnia and Herzegovina are in that mid-block.
We're going all the way back to the goalie on a throwing by the
They're not just
sticks.
sitting right on
You
top
gotta
of
be
their goal the
kidding
entire
me.
time.
Well, the U.S. can't
I'm
do anything with
scared
the
a
ensuing
little bit.
possession.
There's McKinney now in the box. Corner. Oh, Robinson.
Balls in the air.
Header goes over the box.
And if anything, the wind direction on the field seems to be opposite of what it is at the top of the stadium. Balogun is going to get there, takes the bump from the defender, who's able to block it. That was Radilic
Good
there, the big man
crosses in
who's
the box.
fronting up on Balogun. It's going to be out.
And these are always tight,
Robinson had a
potential
great
offside
opportunity.
decisions. But this is your job as a striker.
I think that's when you got to go diving header.
Jenny Infantino, President
Oh, it came off a
Victor
deflection from
Montagliani.
the goalie.
But these are your job as a striker to make
Yeah,
those
nothing we can
defenders
do about that.
uncomfortable. Great run again over the top from Balogun.
On their heels a bit there immediately, so Ream plays safe and retreats it to Matt Freese.
Jesus, now we got a goalie down.
Alex Freeman trying to find the angle for Weston McKennie. He was held onside. He's got runners coming in the box. McKennie into a great spot. It bounced off Robinson after a touch from Vasil, the
Might have a
goalkeeper.
concussion here.
Vasil is down.
Bosnia's #1 goalie might be coming off.
It's out for
This
a
could be a
goal
head
kick.
injury.
Look at McKennie. He sees the space, so there's a miscommunication in this
Got
moment
another
between
goalie warming
Kolasinac
up.
and Radilic, and then he just gets down the side. Just too close to Vasil, but he palms it straight into Anthony Robinson. But this is the area to put it in. We've talked so much about this space between goalkeeper and defenders coming back towards their own goal because stuff just happens. It's not
You're
comfortable
gonna get that
for anybody.
hydration
Look how
break
close
here
for
pretty soon.
Anthony Robinson doesn't know too much about it, and then he makes contact at the
Except
end
he's
of that.
good,
with
so
Vasil.
they're not gonna
Just his body
substitute
runs
the
into the
goalie.
side of his face.
Yeah, it looked like a knee maybe in the side of Nikola Vasil's face. 30-year-old who's playing his 30th game in goal. The referee right now is trying to keep the other players away from the benches and not use this as a tactical timeout or a hydration break. And you see it being policed some by the fourth official and the assistant. Vasil, who was given the starting job in goal 2 years ago when Sergei Barbaras became the head coach. Barbaras, former captain of this Bosnia and Herzegovina national team, lifting them to their second ever appearance in a World Cup.
And they're not supposed to use these as coaching moments, but as you see, players do take liberties. So even the U.S. doing it as well with Weston McKennie and Mauricio Pochettino. But a lot of conversations with Barbaras on this near left
Pulisic
side
goes
here,
down.
where
It's going to be another
he's
foul.
talking about the relationship, especially between one of
One
their
of
more
these
attacking
times it's
players,
gonna have to be
Albegovic, saying,
hard.
look, you've still got to get
It's now
pressure
4 fouls
on
on
the ball,
Bosnia.
because the U.S., when there's been no pressure in the midfield, have been able to play some of those passes over the top. Last couple of minutes been really good for the U.S.
And the initial indication from the medical staff is a thumbs up there that Vasil's going to be able to
Switch
continue.
it.
It's a
Robinson's
Bosnian
wide
team
open
that
over there.
came through the last chance qualifying playoffs
Switch
in March.
this
They
thing.
won penalty shootouts against Wales and then against Italy. They had to win that last game. A loss or a draw against Qatar a week ago, they would have been out in the group stage. So this is the 4th time this year they have played a winner-go-home type game.
Too much Dest and
The
McKinney.
last time we saw
We
a
got to
goal
get
kick, we saw
Pulisic and
Bosnia
Balogun.
and Herzegovina spring a surprise and get an
It's our
attacking
best
chance.
chance. There's Freeman now in the box. Great defense, and he pushes the Bosnia player in the back.
Richards battling for that one. Pulisic.
It is going to be a corner
Loose
though
ball
for
was
the United
immediately pulled
States.
down.
Wow. Surprised they didn't call a foul there.
By this point, you have
Ooh,
to
that might
assume
be a
that
handball.
watching this game,
Hey!
the goal and it come from behind
That should
3-2
be a
victory in Seattle
handball.
earlier.
That should be a penalty.
Belgium against the winner of this game in Seattle on Monday night.
His hand hit that ball.
U.S., the historical standard is
It
get
goes
out of the
over the
group,
goalie's head and goes
fall
out for
in the round of 16, but there's an extra round now at this expanded World Cup. You have to win a knockout game just to get to the round of 16. Something the U.S. has only ever done once in 2002 against Mexico.
Throwing a ball again. Crashing right away.
Green has Tillman making a run, angles at it beautifully. Tillman off the chest,
Oh,
trying to get back to
Rob
it.
was right over
Good work
Robinson's
there.
head.
Scored by Mohamed.
Tried to head
It
this
was
thing and
not.
it
He
went
thought
right
it
over
was
his
a
head.
foul.
Yeah.
Straight
We've actually
whiffed
seen
on
this
him.
pretty consistently called throughout the tournament, and I like it. I think too often you give the benefit of the doubt to defenders, and he's looking for this foul, so there's no clear extension of the arm or push, and it pretty clearly comes off him and goes out for a corner. Good running from Tillman.
U.S. has scored each of the last 3 goals
Oh,
from set
turnover.
pieces, tied for the most of any
Come on,
team in the
Robinson,
group
take
stage of
advantage
this
of
tournament,
it.
along with Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Too slow.
Tillman looking in on goal.
Gotta
Also
get
gets a
moving
punch.
quicker than that. Freeman now crosses midfield. He's got Guest on that right side. Guest tries a long pass. Good dummy. It's Balogun right next to the 18. And a great pass to the left to Robinson. Pulisic in the box. It goes out for a goal kick.
Well to find it underneath his feet.
Another chance wasted.
Misplays it. Chris Richards had to be there just to clear
Dummy
the
there to
stage.
Just
Balogun.
misjudged the bounce there, Robinson. Looked like the U.S. were in a pretty good spot.
Miralem Pjanic, legend of this Bosnia and Herzegovina
We
national
got a
team.
hydration break. Good. Good first 22
A
minutes.
lot of American connections historically with this team. The last time they were at a World Cup, the guy who scored the goal that got him there and the guy who scored their first goal once they were there, Nenad Ibisevic, who went to high school and briefly played college soccer in St. Louis.
Christian Pulisic only 10 touches of the ball so far, so a lot has been on the U.S.'s right. It's been successful. Here they are again.
Tillman, great dummy. Balogun picks it up. He's got Anthony Robinson on the far side who had to wait for it. Bosnia able to scramble back defensively. Pulisic extending to try to get there, and he's shielded off. A nice little moment there, just kind of broke down. And that will take us to our first half hydration break, powered by Powerade. Couple of good looks, couple of big saves by Matt Freese, but no goals yet here in the knockout stage in Santa Clara between the United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina.
FIFA World Cup takes the global stage from June 11th through July 19th on Fox 1, the official English streaming platform of FIFA World Cup 2026. Stream all 104 matches live and get closer to the action with a personalized viewing experience built around you. Choose up to 4 streams with multi-view, catch highlights before jumping into the action, get live stats in real time, and replay key plays instantly. Experience the FIFA World Cup live on Fox 1. Watch 3 days free. For details, visit fox.com. Offers are subject to change. See Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
And as you can see in Santa Clara, Nikola Vasil, the Bosnia and Herzegovina goalkeeper, this entire hydration break with an ice pack to his temple after taking the knee from Anthony Robinson a few minutes ago. Mauricio Pochettino now looking on, having addressed his team. Sergei Barbarez on the other side knows the significance of this opportunity. as we said, this is very different. The first 3 games for the U.S., they got out to early starts. They scored the early goal. We knew this was going to be a different type of opponent, a different type of game. What do you make of it so far, and how does the U.S. now navigate this?
I would say, look, it's still a very positive start for the United States. Bosnia and Herzegovina have looked dangerous on set pieces. They've looked dangerous on a goal kick from what they set up. That was a set play as well, finding Dzeko. But outside of that, it's been the U.S. with the ball. But you still have to maintain your focus and your concentration and still keep the intensity high. I think the biggest trap you can fall into against a team that is sitting a little bit lower, non-confrontational in your own end, is that you drop and you play at the speed that they want you to play at. This team cannot play at the intensity the U.S. is capable of with their physicality, their athleticism, their ability on the ball. So you have to keep working that defense, and the gaps will open up, as we saw towards the end of that first period of the half there. So I think for the U.S., it's just keep sticking to what you're doing, be patient, but still be confident, and don't take your foot off the gas at all.
One of the phrases you hear in this sport is you have to earn the right to play. You've got to do the competitive, hard-working stuff before your skill and talent can start to show. And that's a good example of that today. Anthony Robinson and Christian Pulisic working hard defensively, and Gigovic there goes down with a shout. Rafael Klaus will call the foul.
I think, though, too, for Pulisic, who I think ends up making this foul here, he can be a little bit more aggressive. Take a few more chances when the U.S. are in possession. If they end up working down his left side, their often attacking set is to leave Anthony Robinson providing the width and bringing Pulisic inside. I think, actually, in a game like this, he can create danger by being 1v1 and maybe starting a little bit wider himself.
Now Freeman takes a late kick. He goes down with a shout. U.S. bench is furious. Referee says play on. Freeman is down behind the play. Richards carries it forward to Anthony Robinson. Freeman a little bit gingerly getting back set now. And the physicality will amp up as well.
So now you've got Robinson coming inside and Pulisic wide. You got to get him the ball early, though, where he has space.
Gigovic there intercepting the ball for Anthony Robinson. It's where the quality of the passing from the back is paramount. We know it's a big part of Tim Ream's game. Chris Richards completed each of the first 100 pass attempts that he had in this World Cup, including a perfect day against Paraguay.
Yeah, and quite frankly, this isn't a game where you're worried about perfect passes. You've got to take risks. Sometimes to misplay passes defense like this. That's a great ball to Robinson. It's going to run out.
Appreciate you. Balogun goes down in the box.
Well, that you can shift the ball from side to side quickly, and it's difficult for a team to rotate enough numbers to get the type of advantages they want defensively. He's a dangerous player, Dedic, going forward, but tracking back, that's the stuff he doesn't want to do.
Big chance
Anthony Robinson, who's been such a big part of this U.S. team over the years, a series of injuries, even through the fall. As he said, he wasn't sure if he was going to be healthy enough to be here.
See if this could be a legit penalty. Oh, he tripped him a little bit. He tapped his ankle.
Powerful boot and catching the wind behind it there from Vasil. Ream wins the
I
header.
think it's going to be enough for penalty.
Balogun in a wrestling match with Muharimovic, kind of sliced forward by Tillman. Begovic plays it infield.
Are they going to take a look at it? I think they are.
He saw the pressure coming and played it safe. Pulisic, great touch. Gets held up, gets it away. Balogun dragged a bit wide.
Nope,
so Balogun into the box now.
Oh, shit, man. At least take a
look.
look.
A great move. It goes down. Referee says nothing on the field. It would take Juan Soto, the video assistant referee, to overrule that.
Yeah, they're going to hold this. This
Oh,
will be an
good touch by
interesting one.
Christian.
And he's saying, no, I saw it. He doesn't even want, which they have
Couple
not
players
been doing
go down,
often,
and
is
it's going to be a foul in the United States.
A referee's call on the field. He's onside. So once he gets in the box in this
They're
position,
screwed right now.
there is definitely contact, but I think the thing you're going to have here is, did he fall over in a natural way that the referee felt like he was really playing for this? You can see there is a contact on the shin, but I think then Balogun just says, I'm done, and he goes down to his ground. It's tough even on these slow-mo replays. You've got to see this in full speed to be able to judge it fairly, but he absolutely beats him. He's past him. Now the question is going to be, is there enough contact on there?
Mark Clattenburg, you've had the
That's
same
a foul
looks
for
we have. What do you
Messi.
think?
I'm telling you right now, that's a foul for Messi.
The fall has to be consistent without contact, and it isn't.
Oh, turnover. Balogun, a chance. Good touch. Shot. Oh, goal! 1847. Balogun. He's gonna Oh, they're taking it off.
Tangle of legs. And the
Oh, flag is up. They're taking it off. Damn it!
Radilic went down.
It is one of those plays, though, and the referee saw it, and he basically said that it's going to take a lot to completely overturn the decision that I've made on the field. And you did see a clear from Balogun. He's past him.
He's onside, man. What's going on here?
He went down.
Take a look at it.
Srđan Radilic, the 6'7" defender for Bosnia and Herzegovina, was limping a little bit at the end of that.
Damn, they're not even going to take a look.
Now we're played in Santa Clara. Best looks have been for Bosnia and Herzegovina so far. That freeze, we're going to call it 2 saves no matter what. Great pressure there, McKenny.
Here's Robinson now. He's going to cross it in the box to Balogun and clear it away.
Balogun once again. The flag comes up for offside. We saw that happen in Seattle. So we'll take a look at the video.
Well, great pressure from Weston McKennie. It's going to be the defender at the top of the screen that I think will be relevant here. Yeah, as this pass comes in from McKennie, it looks like Balogun is just a touch slow with his left foot to get back onside. Did so well with the finish again. Skip past the defender, finished it low with his left
Here's
foot.
Dest now gets it poked away. Bosnia's got it. Gonna need a couple good touches. Still got it. Goes down. It's gonna be a foul in the United States.
This game, he's going to be hungry for goals.
U.S. had a goal ruled out for
No
offside
cards
last week
yet.
against Turkey, and they
Ref
conceded
let
very
him play.
quickly after. Tillman is down hurt behind the play. Anthony Robinson running forward, hooks it in. Header away by Muharemovic. Tillman is back up and ready to go. Gigovic picks it up.
You're saying he was
It was a
offside.
broken play. It was a great finish by Balogun down to the corner.
But you can see Bosnia-Herzegovina scrambling now. They're trying to find their legs and their head a little bit. They've got their captain up front, Dzeko, the 40-year-old, just saying, hey, guys, come on. Let's calm down. Let's stay stuck in our shape. And really, for the first time, I took my headset off a couple of minutes ago. This crowd wasn't really into it. They are now.
Test from McKennie. Knocked away. Good pressure there by Radilic. A couple different tackle attempts, and that'll be somewhat inevitably whistled as a foul as Demirovic goes down. Took 3 different tackles there.
What in the hell is that? It's not Katie
Here's a look
Holmes,
back at the
guys.
offside. Great pressure in the middle. Starts with Tillman. Yeah.
35th minute.
So he nothing to complain about there from a U.S. perspective. Definitely offside.
This is a little bit of a tricky one here because you brought Vasil, the goalkeeper, all the way to midfield. You'll see it as we come out of that replay. He's going to take this free kick.
And they're going to look for Radilic again at that back post. This was something we said before the game. They'll use any opportunity. This is an area they feel they have a clear advantage. Hoping for a second ball here if they win the first.
It's headed back in. It's out by Tim Ream. We've seen some promising early moments from Christian Pulisic when he's given the opportunity. Christine Sinclair, Canadian and Portland Thorns legend, joining us here this evening. Top goal scorer in women's soccer history.
USA's got it. It's going to be a goal kick. Just going to toss it down for Richards. 36th minute.
So we'll lift it up. Freeman finds McKennie. Great little flick inside for Tillman. Couldn't take it cleanly. And Šunić was alert there in front of Pulisic to keep it moving for Bosnia and Herzegovina with about 10 minutes to go in the half.
There's Pulisic now on that left side. The 1-2 with Adams.
Nice free from the bench, just making himself big. Cutting off the angle there. 21 years of
Freeman
age.
on a
No
switch.
lack of confidence, but as he said to us yesterday,
To
gratefulness
McKennie.
to be
Short
in these
pass to
situations at
Dest.
such a
They're
young
working it.
age.
Dest with a double team. He's got to get rid of it. Now McKennie, a little free release. McKinney makes one guy miss, crosses it in, cleared away by Bosnia. That cross has to be one in the air. It's too low.
Defending you a little bit lower when they have some of the ball. It presents opportunities sometimes, but again, another look at the risk-averse strategy of Bosnia and Herzegovina. They're not trying to play through the
great
US
move by
out. They
Freeman.
wanna play
Makes
long,
one guy
direct,
miss to Tillman.
and defensive.
To McKinney. Weston, what's in the box? And it goes right over Pulisic's head to Robinson. Got to get right back to Pulisic, and he crosses it in, nobody home. He's got Pulisic right next to him. Short pass to Christian.
Here's Pulisic.
What are you doing, man?
You get a sense it's been mostly U.S. possession, except for that little flurry back-to-back in the opening 12 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think they've got to get
Christian right next to
Pulisic
him.
more involved in the game. How? Get him the ball. That's where he's dangerous, but he's got to stay higher up the field. He's coming a little bit too deep. Nice ball there from Dest.
You're not getting any penalties today. The refs let us play.
Couldn't get underneath it enough. Alex Freeman under some
There hasn't
pressure
even been a
here.
card yet.
Kolasinac chasing, and he underhit that, and luckily there was really no one in blue that was alert to it. Freeman has a couple different options. Tries it inside. Nalabegovic, who was pulling his shirt back, will play on with Tillman for McKinney.
Turnover.
McKinney hooking it in.
Given away by Bosnia. Dest to McKinney. Oh, and the 1-2 wasn't there. Dest just got his back turned. United States has it back. Here's Balogun in the box. Tries to center it. And Bosnia's got it.
It's been one of my favorite things from Phil Balogun in this tournament, where he's just proving to be a handful for defenders. Now, Murimovic right now has got his hands all around him. He's not going to get that call because he didn't really have an attempt to play the ball. The ball was over the top of him, and he's actually pulling his hands, so he's not got his hands fully wrapped around him, impeding his movement that much. But all of these little plays, I love it because it starts to irritate defenders. He's been running off the ball. He's coming underneath. He's a pest in the best kind of way.
Pulisic took a shove there. Referee didn't see it or didn't call it. Jenny Taft is down in the field. Jenny, what more can you out of Flo Balogun right now?
Well, it's interesting, John, because I am sitting pitch side. I'm right below
been an easy
Ballow's
goal
friends
for
and family,
Bosnia.
so plenty of head
That guy
shaking
kept
after that
running.
offsides call. Look, I talked to him before the game, and
United
he
States
reminded
trying to
me
counter
in the
with
knockouts, I've got
Pulisic
another gear
to
I'm ready
Robinson.
to go to if needed.
Now to Tillman right in the middle.
Cross, and it just steered perfectly to Amar
To
Dedic
McKinney.
and not Christian Pulisic.
You got to get shot here, man.
And then a foul by Tyler Adams trying to win
McKinney,
it
a
back.
couple dribbles, now gets to Robinson on that left side.
And then a little bit of a shove there. Tillman was standing over the ball. And
Oh,
shoved
great
off
back
by
heel.
Murimovic.
Pulisic, shot! Oh! Pulisic took it upon himself right there. Robinson, for some reason, is not passing it to him.
Pretty smart, actually, from the 18-year-old. Nalabegovic feels a little bit of contact from Adams and goes down. That was the frustration from Tyler Adams.
Kolasinac trying to angle it in behind. Anthony Robinson misplayed the
Less
ball.
Robinson, more Pulisic.
Gigovic actually gave up in that
Yeah, he
moment.
did. I think he might have gotten to it. He didn't anticipate it.
A little bit of space for Pulisic to run into. Tamirovic chasing him down from behind. Robinson spots Tillman in the middle.
Bad pass out of bounds. It's a turnover for the United States. Throwing for Bosnia.
McKinney, he's going to drive inside. And now open it up outside. Anthony Robinson, long run to get there. Dedic the defender. In for Tillman in the box. Back heel, Pulisic. Pulisic cutting it in front. It's a great look. It's the type of look we've seen own goals from. It just comes all the way
This
out.
is Pulisic, when he needs to be a little bit more aggressive by getting on the move here, anticipating the space and the play. He opened that up completely. How about the inventiveness, though, from Malik Tillman with the little back heel to find him? That's the first time we've seen Pulisic see the gap and hit the gap. Just didn't quite pick out that final pass.
Here's Freeman now. Balogun, they found him. One-on-one. He's got to make a guy miss. And he goes down. What are they going to call? It's going to be a free kick. It's a good spot, too.
Able to just to take the ball with his left foot on the run.
He's going to be all right.
He's trying to get Balogun crossing across. Those two defenders just ends up sailing it a little bit too high. Difficult, but there was three bodies around Balogun. He needs someone else crashing and anticipating that ball at the back post.
It was fun before the game. Carly Lloyd and Clint Dempsey in particular. You could tell how amped up they were because they've played in these types of games. They, like Landon, like you, desperate to be a part of this type of moment. And one
Tillman setting up. Robinson's right there as well.
It's these 11
This is
men
going
who
to
have
be
the
left foot
opportunity
or
now,
right
as many as
foot
5
on the
others
set
can join as
piece for the
substitutes,
United
trying to lift the
States.
US into the round of 16, set up a meeting with
Looks like
Belgium
you got
Monday night in
Richards,
Seattle,
Freeman,
which
Reed,
was the side a few weeks
Tillman,
ago of
Balogun.
maybe the best atmosphere citywide in
And this is
American men's
right
soccer
outside
history.
the 18.
Freeman, good angle for Balogun. For her image defending him.
Oh, Balogun, they try to go
Takes a kick, and
front
he's down in
post.
some pain. It's a U.S. free kick, but the concern right now is Fuller and Balogun.
This is not where Muraremovic wants to come and defend. He's playing as the center of the back 3 or 5, and he's getting dragged all over the field by Flo Balogun. If he doesn't run with him, he's going to be in behind. So then you get him 1v1. Balogun faces him up, gives a little skill again, gets past him, wins a free kick. This has been the best angle and spot that the U.S. have had from a set piece, because you've got bodies that can't be as high up and create the space. So now they're a little bit closer
Still
on
feeling
top
pretty
of their
good
goalkeeper,
about
Vasil,
this.
who's trying to set a... He's going with a
But my
one-man wall
3-1
right now.
prediction's
So they're
not
basically
looking
saying
good.
the U.S., they're not going to shoot this direct.
And as you pointed out earlier, this is going to come out of darkness into piercing sunlight right in the eyes of the goalkeeper. Tillman and Robinson over it. Robinson runs past it. Tillman to the near post, looking for Balogun there. That was asking a lot. It's going to be out for a goal kick. Mauricio Pochettino and Jesus Perez, his longtime chief lieutenant, taking a look back at that.
Bosnia's got it right now on possession.
For the U.S. to not at least create some danger on goal. Checo challenging McKennie there, and Bosnia-Herzegovina win the throw. And then Checo, 40 years of age, spent 4 years of his childhood surviving the siege of Sarajevo. And he wrote a letter to the children of Bosnia and Herzegovina talking about his childhood of bombs and snipers and rubble and air raid sirens and having to walk for water and it being dangerous to go outside and play. And how proud he is to represent his country and this new era, this young generation that's come through and has lifted them to a second ever World Cup and given him the chance to play in a second World Cup at the age of 40. First time in a while we've seen really any sustained possession for Bosnia and Herzegovina in the final minutes of the half. Wide it comes to
45th
Kolasinac.
minute. It's going to be about 4 minutes of that extra time. Balogun! Shot! Balogun! 1847! To the round of 16 for the United States off a deflection. Balogun gets it done. 1-0 United States. Let's go. Job Flo right before the half. I'll be quick for the radio call. I just kind of freaked out right there.
US just trying to creep their pressure forward a little bit
Yep,
here.
deflection, another deflection, and right to Balogun.
Really
He knows exactly what to do with it.
Vasil will go long. Tim Ream, only man there, able to steer it to Adams, flicks it along Tillman. He's got Balogun making a run off him. Can he get around to that ball? To the deflection, Balogun scores! Flo Balogun, first to react to the deflection. He'll do the LeBron celebration. It's 1-0 U.S.
Oh, Adams and a Bosnia player go down. It's like Adams got the worst end of it.
Do not give
We got
Flo
5
Balogun
minutes of extra
another
time here.
chance. Long spell of possession. But as we said, sometimes that can open up a team defensively that has been low and hard to break down. Tim Ream finds Balogun off that pass. It actually takes a wicked deflection. But look at Balogun, puts the brakes on, sets his body, and then nutmegs the goalkeeper. Just a terrific striker's goal. The awareness just to adjust. That balance right there and the awareness, but still just the composure.
They might have to take Adams off here.
Malik Tillman was trying to find him. Little slip ball behind. You've got defenders converging on Flo Balogun. And delivers greatness and an ode to the king, King James.
Offset it by that back heel of Adams to Tillman.
Kickoff. Tyler Adams is down hurt.
The pass by Tillman put pressure on him.
There was a design play coming off the kickoff, and they wanted to make sure the U.S. players were alert and were focused after the goal celebration.
Because when he deflected it, deflected off another guy who didn't see it, and then goes right to Balogun.
And look, just as you're kind of thinking, okay, this game's going to lull into the half here. And what would have still been, without the goal, a good first half for the United States. But that sustained spell of defensive pressure, I'd love to get a look at this. And perhaps this is something we can look at in the studio.
So basically, this 2 minutes is nullified, so we're going to play another 5 minutes here of extra time here in the first half.
Just comfortable in that pressure and then slowly worked their way up to where they felt there was a chance to go and put pressure on Bosnia-Herzegovina. Goes back to the keeper. It's a long ball, and the U.S. win it back. Little flick around the corner. So good from Tyler Adams. Then Tillman's trying to play a slip ball. It wasn't to Balogun. It doesn't matter because now you've pulled apart this defense and opened up a lot of space. And then you've got bodies around Balogun, but that's a striker's finish. That is a just pure instinctual.
They might have to bring the stretcher out for Adams.
For goals, but just so
little
body
meat
aware.
cart.
He's running at full speed. Stops, readjusts, gets the left foot on it, and gets it underneath Vasil. But that just defensive shape, really impressive from the United States. And a spell where you're thinking, okay, they've not got the ball. This is good for Bosnia-Herzegovina. No, that was perfect.
This is very concerning right now for Tyler Adams, who remains down and is getting looked at after that collision with Edin Dzeko. Adams, such an indispensable part of this team since debuting as a teenager. And this will add even more time on to the end of this half. And you see Tim Ream, the captain, making the argument that that should have been a foul against Edin Dzeko for the way he screened off Adams here, off of this designed play from the kickoff.
Yeah, Dzeko just runs right into him. He's not even trying to play the ball. That's a full-blown screen.
I'm surprised he's still on the field trying to get the ball.
All the above, but that was not an attempt to play the ball by any means from Edin Dzeko.
And Weston McKennie's making the argument. Lucio Pochettino has been barking at the fourth official about it.
And big concern for the United States. This is a guy in Tyler Adams that is indispensable to this team. He's one of a kind in what he does, the work off the ball. You don't often say his name that much, but that's because he's just putting fires out all over the field. He's getting checked out for potential concussion or whatever it might be.
So Adams' injury wasted full 5 minutes of extra time.
Was held goalless against Australia, but he was involved in the first goal. He's lived up to everything you would have wanted from the number 9 position and more.
Good to see Adams get to his feet. He'll be looked at now. You wonder, maybe from a United States standpoint, can you just...
Bosnia's got it in possession. I'm sure they're going to have most of it here in that second half, now that they're down again.
He's dealt with injuries he hates.
Long pass in the box. It's a good one. He's got it. Tries to get past Robinson and doesn't. Pulisic's got it. To Tillman, back to Robinson. Now in the middle of the McKinney. Long pass here, Pulisic off to the races. Can he catch up to it? He can't. But it's cleared out into the 6th row. USA throwing.
But this will be a really important defensive stretch for the U.S. It was +5. We've not played any of the first 5. We lost about 3 minutes in total. And so the U.S. is defending with 1 man less right now in this sequence. Salabegovic, great pressure by Balogun.
Yeah, they're playing with 10 men right now. Still got possession.
Look at the pressure.
Big run there. He got a good chunk out of Radilic. He released it. It's going to stay in play on the far side. Robinson defending on Dedic. Pulisic there to pick it up. In for Tillman. Elects to go backwards. The U.S. trying to play it through. Weston McKennie's got space and time. He plays it early for Pulisic to chase. Does he have the extra gear? Not quite, although Katic forced to lump it in the stands out for a U.S. throw.
Yeah, so dangerous in the transition.
It's going to be a free kick for the United States. It's Tillman on that left side. Robinson.
You name it. They're just getting into the pocket centrally.
So close to
and then they're
Freeman.
releasing first time balls over the top.
There should be, and maybe it looks like the referee's saying 4 more
Turnover.
minutes we're going to play past the minimum 5.
Pulisic
Because
tries
of
to
the
split
Adams
two
injury, so
defenders.
about 4 more minutes still
1-2
to go
with
in the half.
Dest.
Pulisic
Right outside the
down,
box.
Dedic, free kick US.
Tries to center it to Balogun, and it's
Pulisic arguing in vain that should be a yellow card. That's what he's saying. Is that not a card?
the back heel. Robinson to Pulisic. Oh, gets it poked away. USA still have it. Dest, header, center, Bellingham! Oh!
Set piece here for the U.S. Right at the end of the half.
It was 2-0.
Can they throw a second?
Bellingham could taste it. Dest is on side too. He centers it on a header, and Bellingham. Ball's in the air and he kicks it. So that's why it goes top post.
Not quite close enough. Stayed in. Alabegovic just did keep it in play.
I think he should have did better, to be honest with you. A couple times tonight the balls came off his foot from him.
Through traffic does ever so well. Gets it back from Dest. Still Pulisic dancing around, trying to play Bellingham in the middle. It's cleared away.
I feel like we got ourselves a junior, a Ronaldo, a Messi, and Bellingham.
Lovely flip for Robinson. Robinson cuts inside and Gigovic in for Pulisic. Couldn't get it out from underneath his feet. Clearance held in by Tyler Adams. Adams back post. Dest knocks it down. Bellingham off the top of the bar and it goes out.
What a move. What a sequence. What a half from the United States. They've just come to life and grown into this game as it has
Got
gone
some
on.
action here.
The ball from Adams is so
Coming
good.
together, a little pushing and shoving.
Cannot stay with the pace and
Bosnia and the
intensity
United
US are playing
States.
at. Dropping defense deep.
Right before the refs
Just heads it
probably
into
going to blow the
Bellingham.
whistle here
Rice beats
for
his man to
halftime.
it, and it comes off the
It's getting
crossbar.
shaky. A lot of fouls.
And that just flicks
Ooh,
off
and a
the
knee to the
inside, comes a
face.
little much off the top.
Adams, a little
And over the
payback,
top
a
of the
revenge
crossbar.
tackle there.
Removich is going to be going into the locker room, just seeing shadows. The Bellingham, that's as close as he's gotten to him. The only way he can stop him is by fouling him.
Bellingham there took a heavy bump from Radilic as he was chasing that one. Phil Bellingham, as you saw, 3 goals in this tournament. As many as Landon Donovan scored in 2010, one shy of the all-time U.S. record for most goals in a single World Cup, a record that was set in 1930. Pressure again. Man down. Referee will blow the play dead. And now we've got more pushing and shoving. A lot going on in that sequence there.
Yeah, let's see what the call is here, because I felt that Alabegovic was playing the ball on the ground and obstructing it. But, you know, he does take some contact because the U.S. are trying to win the ball. I don't think it was a foul initially. So let's see which way this is whistled. Because, look, that felt like, so Tyler Adams ends up catching him with the left knee to the face. So he hasn't made a definitive signal, but I think this will be a foul against the U.S.
Free kick and throw it out like that?
Showing how he
You gotta be
feels
kidding
about
me.
that. That's an experienced player trying to stick up
Come
for
on,
his
guys.
16-year-old on the ground.
The ref blows it. Bellingham with the damage, 1-0. We go into the half. The United States on the way to the round of 16. Let's go.
Scored a wonderful goal in the win over Qatar, one of the youngest goal scorers in World Cup history, younger than Lionel Messi and Lamine Yamal when they scored their first goals. I know Rafael Klaus is going to have a word with the youngster Alabegovic. And he, for being young, does not lack for confidence, doesn't lack for personality on the field. We've seen that plenty. Only the referee really knows for sure how much time is left in this half. Not much. And I'm
was a little bit off. Just a little mistake. McKenny was trying to play it to Freeman, overplayed it.
And I think Bosnia and Herzegovina might have felt it was going to be their ball. Doesn't matter. That's the end of the half. Took him 45 minutes, but Flo Balogun once again the difference maker. Rob and company here in Santa Clara with their thoughts in a moment. 45 minutes down, 45 to go in the round of 32 at this World Cup. It's the United States 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Do you A, line things up a centimeter from her hairline?
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. No. Sweatbands are so hot right now. Everyone's wearing them. Like that basketball player and that other basketball player.
B, get spiritual.
Mom, where did all the mirrors go? A reflection could never capture our true selves. Huh? Beauty is within.
C, look on the bright side.
Less time blow drying, more time texting.
Or D, show empathy.
Mom, you really don't have Ta-da! Twinsies. I kinda love it. As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org/OH. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Time now for halftime here at the FIFA World Cup 2026 on iHeartRadio, presented by Fox 1. And now a look at today's first half.
And breathe. United States 1-0 lead over Bosnia and Herzegovina in the round of 32. Anderson Hurst, Pete Fewing here with you. We have iHeartRadio's coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Fantastic goal from Florian Balogun. Some chippiness towards the end of that half. It's perfect timing for that goal to get it right before halftime. Let's go through our first half recap brought to you by the Home Depot. Upgrade your FIFA World Cup 2026 setup. Build it like Beckham. From living room to lawn with the Home Depot and take the fast free delivery assist. The Home Depot, official FIFA World Cup 2026 supporter, subject to availability. Coach, almost a perfect half for the United States in terms of the process. Just it took them a while to get that first goal on the board.
Yeah, they worked their way into the game. They were good at the back. We talked about that before the game. They can't make any mistakes, so I didn't see anything that caused alarm. At the very end of the game, they played a great sequence out of Bosnia's really high pressure, and it ended with Christian Pulisic being sort of set free down the line. They gained a lot of confidence near the end. They started to get shots. Balogun has come into his own. He's using his body really well. I think it's been a complete game, complete half for the U.S. They have to feel good. We hit one off the chip one off the post, clip one off the post. That was very unfortunate.
One got called offsides.
Yeah, one offside by, it was off for sure, but he got the right idea and he finished it. And this is Balogun, and then he gets the goal. 62% for the U.S., 38% for Bosnia. The one thing I would say is I'm going to be bold here. It's the worst refereeing I've seen so far in the tournament.
I agree.
It's just letting too much go, and it's forcing it's allowing the players to get chippy with each other. On the kickoff, on the goal, it looked as if one of our Tyler Adams was just clotheslined, right? And it kind of looked like part of a play. And the U.S. team was prepared for Bosnia to have a play, but it was definitely just coming across the field and hammering him to the ground. So he's allowed a lot more physicality, and I think the intensity of this game is, if the ref's going to allow it, Bosnia, especially being down, is going to give it. So the one thing I will say that the U.S. has countered that and come back and kind of not back down. So.
Right, and I love that. I love the response from the United States. It's both hey, we're going to hit you back too, but also, hey, we're going to punish you for trying to do that to us, and we're going to play out of pressure and go score a goal. So the thing is, though, the intensity is completely different from boiling over, and it feels like towards the end of that half it was boiling over, and the fact that the ref has not used a single yellow card for either team.
Pulisic is pulled down, right?
Yes.
Making a run from the left-hand side, and he's got room in front of him, and you can see in the replay, you can see his jersey being pulled, and how that's not a yellow card. But what it does is it allows the both teams to just start to be a little bit more physical.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that tells a player, if I'm a player in that situation, okay, if that's not a yellow card, that means I can do that too, and I'm going to continue to do it until you punish me for
Hopefully
it.
it tightens it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hope. And you could see what Bosnia's game plan is. It's to frustrate and be physical in their defense. It's also to play for set pieces. They were dangerous on a couple of those early on in the half as well. So we'll come back, get the keys to the second half. U.S. are up 1-0 over Bosnia and Herzegovina in the Bay Area. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
When you donate plasma at CSL Plasma, amazing things happen. First, you create life-saving medicines. Amazing start. And you get up to $800 your first month donating, so you can do things, host your favorite team's watch party, pick up the tab at the sports bar, or get tickets to the big game. Donate today and help save lives while making a difference in your own. Do the amazing at CSL Plasma. Reward varies by location and is subject to change without notice.
Drew and Sue and M&M's Minis, and baking the surprise birthday cake for Lou. And Lou getting home early from work, which he never does, and using the rest of the tubes of M&M's Minis as party poppers instead.
Surprise, they can't bake.
M&M's, it's more fun together.
Morning decisions. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
This is Lele Pons from Suite 305 with Lele Pons. Game day at my house, it's chaos, but like in a fun way. The TV's ready, the remotes are ready, the kids' stores are going off, and somehow everybody needs batteries at the exact same time. That's why I keep Duracell stocked. And Duracell just released limited edition Duracell and Messi battery packs. The design is inspired by Messi's iconic left leg tattoo. So every battery feels like it comes with an extra kick. From the TV remote to automatic corkscrew, Duracell keeps us game day ready. Duracell double and AAA batteries are the only ones built different with power boost ingredients for long-lasting performance you can trust. Find the limited edition Duracell and Messi batteries in stores at Lowe's and Walmart or on Amazon.
Celebrate 4th of July savings happening now at the Home Depot with select appliances starting at $398. Plus, get free delivery on appliance purchases of $398 or more, no membership required. Get a Whirlpool fridge with easy reach zone to keep tall items organized and accessible. And upgrade to a washer-dryer tower with UV clean technology to reduce bacteria in the wash without fading fabrics. Shop top brand appliances now at the Home Depot. Offer valid June 17th to July 8th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Welcome back to iHeartRadio's coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The United States are up 1-0 on Bosnia and Herzegovina after 45 minutes of action. With a round of 16 spot on the line to face Belgium in Seattle. Let's get our keys to the second half, Coach. They're brought to you by Fox One. The excitement of the FIFA World Cup is now streaming live on Fox One, the official English streaming platform to catch every unforgettable moment. Fox One brings the action straight to your screen so you never miss a goal. Download Fox One and experience the FIFA World Cup live. Is it more of the same in the second half for you, Coach, or do you maybe make a slight tweak based off of what you're seeing Bosnia try to do to kind of get under your hood a little bit?
Yeah, I think it is more of the same. You do not want to play to not lose. Okay. Because we saw it in the game just before this, where Senegal has a 2-goal lead, they drop back, and then all of a sudden Belgium gets one, they get two, they go to overtime and get a penalty kick very, very late, and they've given it away, and which was very unfortunate for Senegal. The U.S. cannot just bunker in. It's not our style.
No, it's not.
And we've got too many weapons going forward that I think they need to continue to use. Another goal. But this game's going to get heated up. Another goal puts the U.S. in a great spot, but it won't be over until that final whistle for sure. Restarts. Freeze had to make a phenomenal save on that corner kick. It was a shot, not a cross of a corner kick. But so they've got to stay in control. Continue to not give the ball away at the back. Continue to be sharp. Move the end. One thing is we're not holding on to the ball this long. I've seen us we've been quick getting out of the back. And then the flank play has to be good. And you said it during the game. when we get to the flanks, cut the ball back on the ground.
Yes.
Let's get the runners through. We've created good opportunities from those prime assist zones, right? That we talk about, but the balls have been crossed head height or chest height, and they've been too close to the goalie. Cut it back just a little bit. One more goal will really help the U.S., but this Bosnia team is going to kick the living daylights out of the U.S. and it's going to be a physical game, and they have weapons.
Yeah,
and it'll be interesting to see if they bring Mamic in.
Yep.
He's got the 2 goals for him, and then Barak Terovic is another one that on the right hand side. Him running at Ream could be a problem.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it there, playing to not lose versus playing to win. It's so obvious to say that, but what does that mean? Because I think inevitably in a game of soccer, no matter what the score is, you have one team that, you know, throughout phases of the game is going to try and take the game to the other team, and the other team that's trying to absorb pressure and possibly hit on the counter. And you mentioned it also that it's not our style to absorb pressure and then play on the counter. It is for a couple of other teams. We saw it have a ton of success with Paraguay versus Germany. Germany had most of the ball during that whole match, and Paraguay absorbed the pressure really well and then sprung the counterattack. The U.S. likes having the ball, likes taking the game to the Bosnians, and that makes there be less pressure coming against you the other way.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that they can do it, right? And, you know, we talked before the game about use the wings, but also get the ball to Balogun in prime spots where he can turn and use that body. His goal, both his goals, very, very good finishes. So, yeah, it doesn't suit us to sit back, and that plays into Bosnia a little bit because you're either on the front foot going forward, putting them under pressure, or you're on your back foot, absorbing pressure. And we're not an absorb player team. Excuse me, we're not an absorb pressure type of team.
What about how Bosnia is playing in terms of the physicality? You have to be careful because at this point, right now at the scoreline, you're moving on, so you don't want to get red cards, stuff like that, suspensions. You don't want to get injuries.
Yeah.
But you have to match that physicality and show that you're not just going to allow them to do that to you. How do you kind of make that balance? And if you're Mauricio Pochettino, what are you telling your guys at halftime to respond to that?
Yeah, great question. Don't back down. You cannot back down. You know, Tyler Adams got hit from behind. McKinney was right behind him to get right in the player's face. You've got to match. If the referee's going to allow some of this physicality, the grabbing, then I think you have to make sure that you don't cower because they want to boss that around, and that's part of their game. And I thought this would be a physical game. I think the referee has allowed it to be more physical than he should.
Yes.
I think some cards need to come out to kind of temper that a little bit. But if they don't, the U.S. cannot back down. You've just got to keep punching back.
Really quick, who do you see as being a possible substitute to come on and change this game and maybe shore things up for the United States? Or go get another goal?
Yeah, Berhalter for me is probably the first guy off the bench. I think he can handle the pace, the physicality. He can score goals.
Yep.
They're not looking necessarily to score goals. They're looking to keep possession, dominate the play, and keep going forward, keep it in Bosnia's half. Reina, maybe.
It's a risk.
Yeah, and Weah could come in on the right. But you know what? I like this group that's done it.
I agree.
And I think Mauricio will just say, hey, you've been doing the job. Give me another 45 of that, and we won't make any changes. Sometimes, especially in tournament play, you've got to reward the guys. And it's a tournament. It's going to be tough. It's not going to get any easier. So next 45, very critical for the U.S.
Second 45 minutes coming up next between the United States and Bosnia and Herzegovina. We'll talk to you after the game. We were talking about a U.S. win. You're listening to the 2026 FIFA World Cup on iHeartRadio.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Peter Bogdanovich is a man of many talents. Peter Bogdanovich burst upon the film. Bogdanovich is best known as a director of films like The Last.
Peter Bogdanovich helped change the way movies were made, starting with his first hit in 1971, The Last Picture Show.
Thought you might want to go to the
45 minutes.
At age 31, he became one of the
So
hottest
round
directors in
16.
Hollywood.
All his life he has
We
wanted
got
to make
one
movies, and he
person
did.
watching pictures.
He knew what he wanted to do.
Now, this movie fan is a successful director.
Peter's career was kind of the ultimate triumph of the film critic, film nerd, film buff.
And he liked being in love.
Peter and I, we were the first unmarried
Adam's
couple
still
on
on the
the
field.
cover of
Balogun's
People magazine.
still out there.
Oh, horrors.
You have her, you in a row that make people hated this.
Doesn't look like any subs. Tillman's still out there.
Peter's success did not last.
I made a lot of mistakes, but we're starting again now.
And just as he was on his way back up,
She fell in love with another man.
The happiest girl in the world.
Dorothy Stratton.
he suffered an unspeakable tragedy.
Playboy
Trying to
magazine.
pin him deep with the coffin corner, and they
Has
do.
been found shot to
So they
death.
throw in for Bosnia, deep in their own territory.
Phone rings, I answered it. It was Hefner. He said 2 words. Dorothy's dead.
Turnover. If there's traffic, they gotta back it out. Rain to Richards. Nothing on that right side.
I'm Ben Mankiewicz, your host for The Plot Thickens, a new podcast from Turner Classic Movies. Each season, we'll bring you an in-depth story about the movies and the people who make them. Our first season, I'm still Peter Bogdanovich.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
United States up 1-0. Just underway. Second
Play-by-play
half.
coverage of the second half of today's FIFA World Cup 2026 match. Follow all the exclusive World Cup action on iHeartRadio.
The highest scoring team at this World Cup in the first half of games. It's about now what they do in the second half, as you guys are just talking about. This is not a Bosnia and Herzegovina team you want to let hang around. In each of their qualifying last chance playoffs in March against Wales and Italy, they were trailing by a single goal with 15 minutes to go. In each of those games,
Yeah, they knocked
got
out
a tying
Italy.
goal in regulation.
They wanna play
They
around
won
with
the
this team.
ensuing penalty shootout. What does the U.S. have to do well here to not allow that scenario to play out again?
I'm with Clint on this one. All gas, no brakes. That was the strength of this team. Do not.
Pulisic goes down. It's going to be a foul.
Bosnia-Herzegovina
USA takes it quick to Balogun and gets it poked away. Waiting for Pulisic.
Keep the pressure
Balogun goes down. No
and get
call.
back to that tempo that just puts them under pressure. They were all out of sorts. I'll see if
Ref letting them
Bosnia-Herzegovina
play.
make any tweaks
Hasn't
to
been
their
a
system,
yellow
because
card
they were
yet.
not very good in the first half with the ball.
Good pressure by Tillman.
Oh, what a move by Pulisic. Gets past one guy. They bring the double. Sends one in the box. Oh, a little too high for Dest. He's probably about 5'10", 5'9". Got to be a little taller for that ball.
Knock as well, late in half. And he's back out there. Tillman. Robinson just knocks it forward. That ball comes infield, spun off the side of the head of the defender. Tillman battle off it by Gigovic. He's trying to play him behind. Ream intercepts and gets rid of it quick.
You got a corner though.
Pulisic just had no space and time there on the ball. Malik Tillman limping at the end of it as he got caught on the foot, but that was great pressure to win it back. And Pulisic turns right into Katic, who commits the foul.
It's in the box. Richards right in the air. Batted out by the goalie.
Balogun fouls him, will play advantage the other way. So
And Ream's going for it. The goalie's got it.
That touch from Alex Freeman on the ball in the middle.
Good aggressive play by that goalie of Bosnia.
For Tillman, still limping a little bit after that last kick that he took.
Jacko's got
The
it.
ball's going to stay in play, so Anthony Robinson, who could have taken out any number of people, gets it clear. And then still job not done. Robinson steps forward. We've got a second ball in the field. This is chaos. To begin the second half, Pulisic skips away from Katic. Šunić now defending Christian Pulisic, who will hook that cross in. Dest is in there. Balogun goes down. Ends up in behind for a U.S. corner.
Yeah, frenetic start to the half, but if it's controlled chaos, that's okay for the United States, because I think they're going to continue to open up this back line with the running. Getting Pulisic involved early in the half, very positive. Has a look, has 2v1, so just floats the ball into the box. Removic picking up where he
We
left
got
off
a
with
guy,
Balogun. He knows he's
Jacko
the
down.
threat.
He's
4
40
of the
years old.
5 shots in the first
Might
half
want
of
to
the
get him
United
off the
States
field.
coming from Flo Balogun. The other one, Pulisic. Keep putting pressure on that center back.
Anthony Robinson to take the corner.
A lot of tugging jerseys from Bosnia. They can't stay with us.
Again, it's a punch. He collides with his own defender. Freeman knocks it sideways. Robinson back in. Might fall for Tim Ream, beaten to it by the goalkeeper. Jenny Taft out on the field. What's the word from the U.S. coaching staff?
Well, always nice to catch up with Jesus Perez, the U.S. first assistant. Really, his reaction was little by little, we got into the game. We dominated possession, the regain as well. And great to get that goal from Ballo, but we cannot stop. I asked him more specifically about the physicality. He said they are aggressive. We expected that. We will be ready to match it in the second. And we're not stopping anytime soon.
Right quad.
Great little dummy there by Tillman. He's pulled back by Šunjić. We play on as the U.S. is in possession, and the pass is given away.
Yeah, and you heard the word Clint Dempsey used at halftime, which was a professional performance, as that one's going to be played out, as Dzeko's got a little bit of a knock.
Captain is coming out.
The 40-year-old started all 3 games for Bosnia-Herzegovina. In the group stage, he's logged a lot of minutes, really important player for them.
It's like 3 subs right now for Bosnia.
Absolutely. The national team's history in games played, goals scored, has played for some high-profile clubs. Referee could very easily have come back and shown a yellow there to Šunjić.
And the professionalism for the U.S., what that speaks to in the first half was how organized they were with and without the ball, getting involved in the right amount of aggression, not stepping over the line, putting pressure on opponents. But that's going to be key in the second half.
Shit takes forever to get these guys on the field for subs.
That is down a goal. They're going to bring on a guy who's scored for them in the group stage.
No need
as well.
why it should take
this team
this
is,
long.
as we've said, they're
Takes
not
2
going
minutes
to go,
to get 3
but they
guys
will
on
try
the
to find
field.
any little moment to either get a red card, second yellow, and that was when Dzeko just pulled up lame on that play there.
And this is unfortunate. This is a legend. Such an important player for his country. Such a great professional throughout his career. If this is how and why he is forced off, and there might in fact be multiple substitutions coming. I mean, Mamić was immediately up, but Esmir Bajraktarević is preparing to enter as well. It's interesting, 5 minutes in the second half to say we're making changes now.
Well, they might be taking off a defender and putting on an extra midfielder. Bring out 2 attacking players here, so...
Gigovic is the other.
Bosnia's got it on that right sideline, trying to thread a needle in.
Surprised to see was starting was a more defensive-oriented player in that position. And they're going to make a third sub as well, it looks like, Tahirovic.
So
Adams right at midfield to Freeman.
Kind of a rotation guy in the midfield.
Freeman switches it on the ground pass to Freeman.
It's a little perplexing.
So 3 changes
Robinson
in total.
To Adams. Adams, a long pass, trying for Balogun.
Are off.
And it's kicked out for a throw-in.
Each of the last 2 games. Tahirovic, a regular starter, and Esmir Bajraktarević, born and raised in Appleton, Wisconsin. A club teammate of Serginho Dest and previously of Malik Tillman at PSV Eindhoven. He began his career with the New England Revolution as a teammate of Matt Turner's. He played for the U.S. Youth National Team at one point with Alex Freeman, played 1 game for the U.S. Senior Team, and now he's trying to be an agent
Here's Freeman now,
for the United States.
looking for Balogun. A little too hard on the ground pass right there. It's going to go out for a goal kick.
What that does is it also slams to a halt the frenetic beginning to the second half. Who can regain momentum? Here's Bajraktarević on the ball for the first time. Tillman's there to sweep it back to Matt Freese. 2 saves in the first half. Oh, what a ball. He's not going to mess around. Dest trying to run it behind. It's going to be knocked down by Mohorimovic instead.
So it's brought, the subs, as you would expect, has brought a little bit of renewed life and enthusiasm to this Bosnia-Herzegovina team. The players they've brought on are better ball players. So it tells you they want to have a little bit more creativity. They want to have a little bit more of the ball. They want to start to put pressure on the U.S. But what that can do in turn is open them up a little bit more defensively if the U.S. can keep that aggression. But now you have to be more aware of the counterattack moments. So making sure you always have a +1 in the back if you're Riemann Richards.
When you say +1 in the back.
Yeah, I mean against the attacking players from Bosnia-Herzegovina. They really haven't, they've kept, oh, nice play.
Tillman, good turn inside. Balogun wants it. It's a tough one for him to catch up to. It's out.
But they've kept Freeman home. So they've basically kept 3 back. And if Bosnia-Herzegovina now have the 2 strikers, you've always got an extra man that's free to read the play in different situations.
I don't know if Robinson is the guy.
Scan the QR code on the screen. Vote for the Michelob Ultra Superior Player of the Match here in Santa Clara in the shadow continues to reach across from one side of the field to the other. Fantastically comfortable evening in the South Bay area. Winner of this game to face Belgium Monday night in Seattle in the round of 16. Belgium coming back from 2 goals down to force extra time late against Senegal and then won it.
Here's Bosnia now on that right side. Chance.
Heartbreak
Can
for the
center
African
it back.
champions. And is it going to be
First shot
for the
goes
U.S.
right over the
notches?
goal front
The game
post.
12 years ago today, when the U.S. played Belgium,
He was all
Howard's
over it,
heroics
though.
not enough in a Belgium extra time win, but for that matter, Belgium cruising
Sometimes
past
you
the
just
U.S.
need to tap
in
it
a
and
friendly
get a shot
March.
on goal.
Great opportunity for revenge, but the U.S. has to get there first. See this game out.
So the tactical switch, look at the man-to-man that Bosnia and Herzegovina are playing with. That one's going to potentially run out from freeze. So they're actually taking risk, which they have to. They're down a goal. But I do think this could really prove something
good
of an
goal
advantage
kick.
for the United States.
He's
Make
able
it
to
stay
switch the
dynamic and
field right
consistent
there.
with their movement and beating guys off the dribble.
Goes
When
out
you're
right
playing
next
against a man-to-man
to the
defensive system like this,
sticks.
if you're Pulisic, if you're
Deep in
Dest, if
Bosnia
you're Tillman,
territory.
and you beat your
Just
guy,
need
you
one
open up the
turnover.
field for everybody else. So they're going to get a little bit more aggressive in their pressure now.
Long goes again. It's going to hang up in the wind awkwardly, Robinson. And he just gets it away from Bartarovic. Dedic holds it in. Pulisic trying to recover defensively. As Bartarovic, first chance to be a danger in the attack. Back for Katic instead. Katic driving that one. Was that a miss hit or is he trying to catch Freeze cheating?
There we go.
It was a miss hit.
Here's McKinney. Tries to center it.
Slightly
And it's
audacious from this
deflected.
distance.
Bosnia
Let's see how he's
clears.
shaping up. Yeah,
The
he
chances
just
looking for
cuts across
Balogun
it.
right there for number 2.
But that type of shape actually makes me think he was shooting there. But he cut underneath the ball. Very comfortable for Freeze.
And that Freeze is now dealing with the sun. Any ball from that type of position, you see where the line of shadow and sun is that he's going to be dealing with. Pulisic trying to spin and run off it. It will go all the way out. A reminder, tomorrow on Fox, more action in the round of 32. One of the favorites here at the World Cup, Spain taking on Austria and Los Angeles. Coverage starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on Fox. Also tomorrow, Portugal and Croatia. Could we have a Spain-Portugal match? Would it be Spain-Croatia? Are the Austrians annoyed that they're not getting included in that in the round of 16? Just some wonderful matchups. And some big stars continuing to shine.
Oh, pushed him back, Balogun.
Today. Flo Balogun as well.
Great job on the throw in. Pulisic now. Bad touch.
Weston McKennie. McKennie's going to get there with Horemich defending, knocks it down. He's going to clear it away as Vasa was coming to get it. Adams throws a little body in, and he's able to win the header.
1-0 United States. Trying to get to the round of 16 to play Belgium.
Yeah, but that run is excellent. When you move the ball quickly like that, it's difficult to defend man-to-man. And then when McKennie makes that 40-yard run, he's almost saying to his defender, you coming with me or not? Because if you don't, I'm in. And he was, but then Muharemovic was able to come over and to cover. But the flow and the tempo of the game has been slightly disjointed to start the second half. You've had subs, you've had fouls. It slowed the pace down a little bit.
Muharemovic overhits that one for Dedic. The things, details. Win tackles, win duels for loose balls, win the little individual moments in battles.
There's Dest now on that right side.
Tillman able to win that ball, and now
One guy falls down.
allowing Katic to come in and tackle it away.
Taken away by Bosnia. One more pass. Pulisic has a
With him stride
chance.
for stride, he hands off. Romic, good defensive work by Alex Freeman there.
I'm interested to see how long Pulisic is going to go. He's only played 77 minutes in the tournament so far. Came off at halftime of the first game, got a couple of minutes against Turkey. But this is a game that's going to continue to require intensity. And it's just looked like maybe the heavy legs are catching up to him a touch. Some of the balls, decision-making. So I would imagine that's a sub that Pochettino is thinking about at some point earlier in the second half.
Because as Pochettino said to us, now's not the moment to manage his minutes and be careful. Now is the time to push and take risks. but how much of a risk and in what way? How much of a heavy leg Christian Pulisic is still a better option than a fresher guy off the bench because of what he brings you? It's a good turn on the outside. Kolasinac early cross in. Tim Ream last-ditch defending onto Mirovic there. Just enough to prevent him from getting on the cross. Balogun from McKennie. Pulisic's furthest forward. Comes to the far side for Dest instead. Dest on the run. Pulisic trying to angle it for a pass. Dest gets by one. Rolls it in. Intercepted. Radilic there to stop the U.S. threat. Boy, end-to-end stuff in that sequence. Wonderful defensive play, though, from the U.S. captain, the oldest man ever to play at a World Cup for the U.S., 38-year-old Tim Ream.
We got one person watching. And they're gone.
Radilic in. Artarov's trying to switch. Balogun might have gotten a piece of that to deflect it. Robinson down off the chest. Pulisic now takes the late bump. Put up by Robinson to find Adams. Balogun knocked away. Robinson, key interception. Bosnia and Herzegovina wanted a handball there. Referee says no. Freeman wants Dest to run instead of cut short.
I think that's smart by Dest, not just to make the run, because there was actually nobody else forward offensively. So good moment there from the 21-year-old Alex Freeman, just recognizing that, okay, it's not on, let's keep the ball, let's keep some of the possession. It's been a little bit of a spell for Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Balogun again, and Muharemovic, both are down. Muharemovic seems to be in the worst shape, although Balogun is still shaken up. And not for the first time today. Those two have had a real big-time battle all game.
Yeah, Balogun rakes down the back of his leg. It's not intentional. It's just the two of them were tangled up, and he's trying to get a...
Whoa, we got a possible red card here situation.
Is that something, though, the video assistant referee...
Fuck.
I don't think that's enough.
Red card on who?
Level that should be a red. But you'll see, this was the previous play.
Oh,
Anthony Robinson,
that's unintentional.
It popped up and hits the inside of his arm. That's not.
That's unintentional. I'm sorry.
The direction of
He
the
didn't
ball.
mean to do that.
And Balogun, meanwhile, is getting his right leg. There, you can see it now, stretched out. And the referees are not enforcing nearly as tightly as in the first half. Players coming over and getting kind of a tactical timeout. Getting some hydration here.
Shit, dude. USA could be down, man.
I mean, that's tough. That is contact on the back of the leg.
You can see it was actually, it was almost the contact, yeah. Muharemovic's right leg hits Balogun's, and then Balogun's off balance, and then he rakes down the back of his leg. I would say that should have been a yellow card for Balogun, but I don't see that rising to the level that should be a red card, but they're checking it.
Yeah, so that, in the opinion of Juan Soto of Venezuela, is a potential red card, and he's calling the referee over.
You know, we'll get Mark in on this, because I think this is one
when
you look at it in slow motion, it's worse than
we are getting the red. Oh, Balogun got the red.
Our referee,
he's going to miss the next game.
In slow motion. What is he going to see?
Oh, no. We lost our best player for the next game.
When this type of challenge comes,
it's more
of a step in action. And when it's step in action, it lacks force and intensity. But the problem you've then got is as Balogun puts his foot down,
have a best
catches
guy next
the
game.
foot of the Bosnia and Herzegovina player, and that's what then
creates
that movement down, and it means his ankle twist,
dude.
and therefore does he endanger the safety of his opponent?
Lukaku
You can
and
argue it
fucking
does,
DeBron.
but I think it's slightly unfair.
They're going to
because
absolutely
it's more of a
roll
step in
over
action
us if
that
we don't
lacks
have
force and
Balogun. That's the
intensity.
only
Give
guy.
that red card.
See, Mark, when you see the still image like this, it's easy to
There's
say that's a
nothing
red
he can
card.
do. He stepped
And I
on
could
the
see
guy's
why this
ankle.
will
Big
potentially be
fucking deal.
given. But this is why I've seen them in real time like this. I want to
Kick
see
him
it
out
in
of the
full
game
speed.
for
That's
that.
the action of the game.
Like he really
and this
tried
to me
to
was
do
two
it.
players jostling for the ball. Balogun's trying to get position and trying to turn on him. It felt more incidental contact.
had to be
but I can see
Balogun.
that, you're talking about endangering the safety of an opponent. We'll see what the final
Now you
decision
can't
is.
take Pulisic out of the game. You got to have him play the whole game. He's only played 76 minutes.
United States Committee serious foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a red card.
The final decision is red card.
Wow.
I mean, he's bewildered and shocked.
Is it the right call?
I don't think it's the right call. I don't think, and this is me being unbiased here. I don't like that being the level that we're calling for a red card. Because look, he doesn't even see Muharemovic coming. He's coming on the outside of him, and he jumps in front. I think that is a yellow card, absolutely. I don't see that as a red.
Mark, is
Chance!
use of VAR,
Right at the goalie.
the correct outcome for the play on the field?
I don't believe
You got
it's a
about
good use of VAR. I think when you watch it in real
30
time,
minutes left
you
of
don't see
this.
that, the ankle twist, and it's just
Right
an
through
accident.
Richard's
As Balogun
legs,
puts his
5
foot down, he
holes,
catches
play goes
underneath his opponent's foot.
so
This is
lucky
just
right back
an
to the
accident
goalie.
that happens. You can see he's upset by it. This doesn't meet, for me, the criteria of a red card, and it's certainly going to change the course of the game.
Yeah, it does. It changes the game. And the other reason I would say there, Mark, it wasn't even given as a yellow card initially by the referee. And so he saw it. He had a good look at it, but it is what it is. Now the U.S. are down a man, and they're going to go into, we'll see what subs. I think you're now thinking about a sub. You're thinking about Pulisic potentially coming off. You want to keep some speed and some pressure up front. But now it's going to be Bosnia-Herzegovina with possession, and you're going to expect a lot of crosses into the box.
Has changed the game completely, and it's made it a lot harder for the U.S. Now, how can they respond to this moment? Weston McKennie steps in to take that pass away. Dest got to be careful. Hard running by Demirovic. You've lost your top scorer at the tournament for the last half hour of this game, and you've lost him for the entire next game if you advance to the round of 16. Dedic. Chance to hook that cross in. Mehmet's not dealt with fully. Demirovic right at Matt Freeze.
But I think you really have to be thinking about a change really quickly here if you're Pochettino, because purely now you're in a different formation set. You want different characteristics of players on the field, especially on this wing position, left midfield, where Dedic is an attacking player for Bosnia-Herzegovina. So you're sacrificing a little bit of the attacking play. You're still going to have some moments, but really you want guys out there that are fresh, closing down crosses, keeping the level high from a pressure standpoint.
You're going to have a hydration break in about 2 minutes, and that's
a big
Shout out to the
That's
one
gonna be the
person
biggest
watching. Smash
3
that
minutes
like
of
button.
Mauricio
Let me know if you enjoyed it.
Pochettino's time coaching this U.S. team, for he and his staff to plot some solutions as the U.S. is down to 10 men for the rest of this game, and all of a sudden Bosnia and Herzegovina feeling momentum, seeing the opportunity to get back into this one. Bartarovic reverses it backwards. Kolasinac returns. Bartarovic. Alabegovic scored from here in the last game. Good pressure by Dest to not give him an angle to shoot. Kolasinac's chance to cross. Freeman out there immediately to
Here's Freeman
force it back.
now. Still got it. Trying to go through defenders. Falls down. Bosnia. No call. Robinson's got it on that left side. He tries to split a defender. He goes down and gets the call.
Are making the most noise right
It's
now.
going to be a free kick for the United States.
Tahirovic trying to clip it in. Kolasinac pops it in the air. Freeman, Richards, second ball. Bartarovic brings it down. McKinnon got to be careful. It's in towards Freeze. Comfortable catch. Officially, his third save of the game, according to FIFA. We're going to give him 4. We're going to count that one on the corner as a save because that was goal-bound in the first half. And that's where that clock starts ticking when the ball's in his hands, and so he's just going to get rid of it long. Pulisic picks it up, though, from the defender. Looking around for any support. You're missing the big man in the middle, Flo Balogun, right now. McKennie, and he'll just reverse it. Freeman, good work to drive it inside. And then runs into Kolasinac, although it's going to pick the ball back up. Still Alex Freeman, edged off it by Kolasinac. Remember in that playoff in March, the Italians were up. The Italians had chances to make it 2, and then Italy had a man sent off.
But look, a lot of the conversation, we're going to go into the hydration break. We'll get to it after, but oh boy, buckle up.
This hydration break is powered by Powerade. It comes in a moment of real adversity for the United States in Santa Clara. They are up a goal, but they are down a man. Win or go home at the World Cup. The United States won. Bosnia Herzegovina 0.
Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview. Biscuits. Cheddar Bay biscuits. A convenient and delicious luxury for many. But for LaToya, it might have been the bite between life and death. The last place she'd been seen was at a Red Lobster in Inglewood, California. She was officially announced as missing and had been since July 23rd.
I honestly feel like it's her boyfriend. He's a suspect.
Look, I mean, we were talking. I decided to start my investigation Jehovah Witness style. Hi, have you seen it? Have you seen this girl?
Nah, have you?
No. Okay. Seems as though these missing black girls are just forgotten. And it was starting to feel like I was hitting a wall. I'm Rose Cranberry. This is Looking for LaToya. Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
The emotions of Flo Balogun today. The go-ahead goal for the U.S. late in the first half. The red card here just a few minutes ago. Jenny Taft is right next to the U.S. bench right now. Jenny, what have you been seeing during the break?
Well, just such an intensity, John, as expected. With that break, the players were huddled so close together, arm in arm. And I know you guys were watching when Balo left the pitch. I told you I'm sitting right by his family. They were shocked and disappointed. His players were consoling him. He didn't show a lot of emotion, but specifically Sebastian Berhalter. I noticed a complete change in his energy and his warm-ups. I imagine he could be one of the guys called upon if subs are needed soon, but just an overall intensity from the U.S. after watching Balo with the red.
And it's interesting from a physical standpoint as well. Christian Pulisic was really stretching a lot, as was Anthony Robinson during that break. No subs for the U.S. yet. They've got 20 minutes plus at least 3 minutes of stoppage time to navigate this and reach Seattle Monday night, the round of 16 against Belgium. What do you want to see here?
I want to see a maturity of this group and just a commitment to seeing this game out. It's not going to be easy. They're going to be under pressure.
Tough one there. Richards under pressure gets rid of it.
There's going to be a real intensity to the way in which Bosnia and Herzegovina are fighting for their lives in this tournament. So much of the conversation we've had around this team from 4 years ago was how much more mature this team is. You take extra time on free kicks. You take extra time on throw-ins. You go down, you win. But more importantly, you have to suffer here. Everybody is sacrificing for the team.
Something Tyler Adams talked to us about at the beginning of the tournament, the experience of this team, playing the game within the game, pushing the boundaries of the rules, all those little things you're talking about. Do whatever it takes, win by any means necessary, survive and advance. Good pressure by Tillman there.
And very intently from the United States, when the ball goes back, they're pushing their line up. So they do not want to just sit on top of their goal, because that gives an opportunity for Bosnia and Herzegovina to release another player into the attack. They are going to want to cross the ball. That is their strength.
Artarovic trying to turn the corner. Anthony Robinson, and stops on a dime. He tried to nutmeg Robinson. It'll be a corner for Bosnia and Herzegovina, their third of the game.
And you're not dealing with as much of the sun now on this side, because as the shade has continued to come over as the sun is setting, that's not an issue. What's an issue is the big boy is attacking the ball now. Did that take a last touch up Artarovic? No.
And it is the Wisconsin native who will take the ensuing corner. Take it short. Alabegovic. Martarovic. In for Dedic. Dedic closed down. Not clear. Pulisic first to the loose ball. Good commitment, though, by those U.S. defenders to step to that moment. Benjamin Tahirovic preparing to come on. Tabakovic rather as freezes and he gets to that one.
Pulisic's in here. Oh, he had a chance. He made a great run. But I did see a conversation, and Pochettino seemed too happy with that. But with their goalkeeping coach, and it looked like he was saying, look, be smart in some of your distribution. But there was a chance there to play Pulisic in.
Dest. Out for Freeman. And yet what would do wonders is grabbing a second goal.
Yes.
Hard enough to do with 11 men today. Harder still with 10. Pulisic's going to work it around. Takes a bump as he drives it inside, and that will run too far for Weston McKennie. Bosnia and Herzegovina are preparing 2 more substitutions. They're going to empty their bench now. They're not going to mess around. Jill Ellis, World Cup winning coach. Cindy Parlow-Cohn, a World Cup winner and the president of the U.S. Soccer Federation.
U.S. soccer legend Kelly O'Hara.
So Nikola Katic, defender, is off. And Kolasinac, another defender, is off as well. Haris Tabakovic, he scored the tying goal against Italy in the World Cup qualifying playoff when Bosnia and Herzegovina in March did just that. They were down a goal, but then the Italians were brought down a man for a red card, and they got a late goal to tie it, the Bosnians, and won in the ensuing penalty shootout. Yet to make a substitution today. They've got all 5 available. This is Martarovic. Tillman defending him. They were teammates up until a year ago at PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands. In for Tahirovic. Out for Memic, just on the field. Memic off balance cross. Robinson heads away into the middle of the field. Alabegovic has it now. And that shot was blocked. That was Alex Freeman.
Well, they're going to be shoot on sight. And any cross, anything into the box. The crowd responding as well. I think they recognize that their team is going to have to suffer.
They are holding for a look to see whether that came off an arm. It did not. We play on.
They're trying to give a lift. And really, look, you've got Pulisic just trying to shuffle side to side to put some pressure on the deep-lying midfielder. But you've still got your 2 banks of 4 defensively.
A bit awkward there. Tillman, seat of his pants. Ream opens it up for Pulisic. Buharimic comes to meet him. Pulisic cutting inside. Can he draw a foul? It's as good as anything in that moment.
Yeah, really well done by Pulisic. First of all, to be available, to find that little ball out of pressure. And then second, just to beat the first challenge, draws the challenge, and then feels a little bit of pressure, goes down, and he's taking an extra beat on the ground. He takes a kick from behind.
He's still down, Pulisic.
Right there, knee-to-knee contact with Mamic. Gets the nutmeg on the way through. Now, whether he's hurt or not, I'm sure anytime U.S. fan sees Pulisic go down, it's not a good sign, but I do think this is also part of the game. Just taking an extra little minute here.
This is going to feel a lot like the Iran game at the last World Cup, which was excruciating. Pulisic wasn't a part of that. He scored the goal, but then had to sub off at half hurt.
Yeah, they held on to the very end, barely.
Sergei Barber is getting increasingly frustrated that Pulisic didn't have to go off to the side, and the U.S. was still taking their time on the ensuing free kick, which is exactly the same thing Bosnia and Herzegovina would be doing if they had the lead. Tillman, back heel for McKennie. Pulisic's going to run off him. It's into the middle. It's brought down. Tillman. It's Pulisic. It's across the line. The flag comes up. It will go to video review to see whether that's offside or not.
Well, this is going to be tight because he came from a very deep position. Christian Pulisic. So it's going to be on the timing once it comes off of McKenny's floor. Was it Tillman, I think, in the box? So Pulisic is wide, bottom of your screen right now. He's the man to watch. McKenny makes a great run, finds Tillman. Is it right here? He is offside on that shot.
Unless it comes off the defender. Was that, in fact, a touch from Dedic?
Yeah, that was hard to say whether it was Tillman or was it Dedic. And they've said, yes, he is offside.
Second time today the U.S. had the ball in the back of the net, only to see an offside flag come up. But that's an example of what they can do given the opportunity. Robinson is there. No foul. Bosnian bench is furious. U.S. throwing. It's Baraktarevic who is down. Sergei Barbarez is losing his mind right now.
Yeah, U.S. really important just to stay calm and composed. This is actually what they want. They want
What's
to
going on? I
frustrate
appreciate the
Bosnia
like.
Herzegovina.
Give me that like.
Starts actually with the free kick. Where Tim Reeves
we could
taking
get
his
more
time.
people.
That starts to really infuriate the coach and the Bosnian bench.
1-0.
Then you get the tackle from Anthony Robinson, which he
81st
felt
minute.
was the other way. And now you can see
Maybe a
just
free kick for the United States.
his intensity.
Right outside the box.
That's expected, but that went over the line for the referee. He gets a yellow card. But this is by design. Well done. Oh, what a throw there from Robinson.
They're down a man.
That might go out for a corner.
Gotta watch out for
Sliced it
counter.
backwards, heads it back infield. Robinson picks it up. Immediate pressure in for Desk. They turn out. He was being held back, and the referee's going to give a free kick just outside the box to the U.S. And he's going to show a yellow card as well.
Man, they're taking their time on this one.
Radilic. I mean, here's your chance for the second goal.
Yeah, pretty clear pull.
Tillman sets up to the left of the 18. There's Tillman. Shot! Ow! Tillman sends the USA to the round of 16. Get the beers ready, Belgium. Let's go, baby. They're down a man. Tillman on the free kick. You gotta be kidding me. Let's go. USA. 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 Whoa. They're down a man, too. Unbelievable. Balogun goes down. 82nd minute. Tillman on the free kick looking like Messi.
And past the goalkeeper. Hit the target here.
Let's go. A little bit of adversity in this World Cup for the first time. United States passes the test.
A full 10 yards away.
The dagger on Bosnia.
He's got class. And so if there's anyone on the field that can do that and float it in that top corner, it's that man.
Adams is going to lose the argument. Tillman and Robinson stand up for it. Tillman ran into Adams. 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go.
But this run-up is telling me more power.
Look at how Vassal's giving up the entire right side of his goal. Tillman! It's in! Malik Tillman! 2-0 United States!
Tillman delivers for the United States. Make the keeper work. And boy, does he. Intense focus, lines up for power, and just bangs it. Right past Vasio. Watch the movement on this ball. He hits it right through the middle, so it's dipping with pace. He can only get a hand to it, and it's not enough. Look at that. Malik Tillman, pure brilliance. When his country needed him most. Down a man, but up 2 goals. 2-0, United States.
Born in Germany, Malik Tillman's dad was a member of the U.S. military. Was not really a part of his life. It's his mom, Anya, that raised he and his brother, Timmy. Both of whom became professional players. Both of whom have played for the United States. Malik Tillman had some big moments last summer in the